Hey y'all. Reed, I see your hydrate. And I am participating. Good morning or good evening, wherever you are in the world. I hope you're having a good day. Or you are like to have a good day. That's what it does. I'm having a nice morning. I woke up accidentally really early this morning, around 3, and I played some Shantae and had a nice coffee early, and then one of my besties got one, and we played Helldivers 2. I haven't played Helldivers 2 in a really long time. Super, super fun. And then I got some good news. I found out that the Stop Killing Games movement went to Parliament in the EU, and apparently was relatively successful in stating their case. So I am very pro Stop Killing Games movement, and I'm hyped that they might actually be able to move the needle in on this. Honestly, if the EU regulates it and forces game companies to start having a end-of-service plan to make their games that they've sold players available after the servers have gone down, I think that's going to shake up the games industry, not just for people in the EU, but for everybody across the globe, which would be awesome. So, knee heals a baby bitch, eat his ass. I will gobble that thing right up. So, I think I swapped. Yeah, I'm gonna leave Bayard on Greed, and I'm gonna put this one to Breath. I've got to Breath with our Forming Storm build, and I think we're gonna have that set up. Yeah. I was semi-inclined to have Tippereth be the Bayard build, because last time when I got to Nihil, Tippereth was the one who did not get turned into a magical girl. So that was kind of like my loose idea, but we're going in, and we're going in fast and hard even. We're coming at him. We're coming at him fast. So they're using a 6 to 10. Sturdy Defense is a really solid way to open that up and just counter the shit out of that. And then we can do, actually, we do Puppet Blockade first, and then we do Sturdy Defense to intercept that. And then we've got 5 to 10 coming in. Emotional Turbulence is pretty much always a good play. You can do Emotional Turbulence followed by Unlock. Unlock is so fucking good. Y'all, Unlock is so fucking good. It really clicked the last encounter that I did, where I was like, oh my god, this is just the best. This is the best around. We'll cut the grass. And then I think we might actually intercept this, depending on what we have available. We've got a Will of the Prescript available. We could do that. We might do that. It's really good in realizations because they always last enough turns. Yeah. But, like, of course, if you're not able to get it online, then you might run into some trouble. But generally speaking, I think it's just an amazing card. I think we do Will of the Prescript over here, and then with ya boy, I think we intercept this one with an Iron Wall. It's gonna do an Emotional Turbulence, but we don't have enough for it. We literally, we're over here doing 2 0 costs. We'll use this to get it out of our deck, and then we'll use Multi-Slash, and then we'll come back in here with the Iron Wall. Alright, let's see how this goes. but genuinely very happy to hear that the Stop Killing Games movement has not only gained a bit of traction, but is also on track to successfully dodge the lobbying and the bullshit that video game companies end up throwing out. Throw a Will of the Priest there. 5848. We can do another Will of the Priest to dodge that. Yeah, that looks good. And this last one, we gotta hit him with something relatively big. We could do Sturdy Defense. We could do Sturdy Defense. I think we might do Sturdy Defense. We do a Geeky and then a Sturdy Defense. Got an unlock 1 we can play, and a Steel Knuckles. We still gotta get Tipwrath out as well. I mean, we're not getting hit by anything. We're gonna do a Forming Storm just to have it in our deck and be ready for it. Oof, that hurt. Shit. It's a teensy bit confusing. Because I thought I had intercepted everything for Tipwrath so that Tipwrath wasn't going to get hit. I must have made a whoopsie-doo for something. An oopsie-doodle, maybe. Okay, we've got... That's fail spec, because that's talking about when an ally dies. The character took damage from attacks in the previous scene, changed the character's assistance to endured. Yeah, I think we'll do this. Yikes. Six to 10. Time to intercept. And an unlock 2. And we've got unlock 3. So we're set up with that. We're gonna do something else first. We should be unlocking this turn as long as we are using cards for the first time. We'll get this one out of our deck. And unlock 3. We want to try to avoid her getting hit. We could do a Steel Knuckles. We're kind of out of cards with her. It's a very, very rare case for modern builds that I've been using lately. It's very rare that we actually run into a case where we don't have any card draw. But it do be like that sometimes. And this is that 6-10, and they're gonna mark me. Do a 4-8 defense with Emotional Turbulence. And that could be a pretty decent way to counter that. And then unlock. And that should have, we should have all 3 of our beefcakes unlocked this turn. Yikes. There it goes. As long as you trust in the Magic Conch, you'll have cards in hand. I do trust in the Magic Conch. Wait, what's the Magic Conch? Conch. I do love seeing 20 points of burn damage on the boss. That feels nice. The enemy who dealt the most damage gets marked as a villain. Yes, we like that. We'll slap this one to Brent as well. I don't think he got to do this last time. I don't remember him transforming no, this didn't happen last time. Fuck. I don't like this one bit. God damn it. I can't clash. Castigation doesn't actually clash. Machination. Is that the one SpongeBob episode where they find a conch shell on literally every nonsensical thing they say? It says, then good things happen to them? Yeah, I mean, that sounds like that sounds like the prescripts. You're describing the prescripts. God damn it. This is annoying me because like we got into this fight. We did this shit before and this didn't happen. This was not a concern and now I've got to deal with this bullshit. All right. Let's see. Everybody's going to need to do something to counteract this. But your girl Tipreth is the only one who's in a spot that just she can't defend herself. We'll try Iron Wall. It's got a like a mediocre chance of being able to do it if she rolls high. We could do Repressed Flesh. It's possible. God damn. And let's see. Rule of the Prescript's cost is reduced. We can go in here 4, 8, 7 to 13. 4, 8, 7 to 13. And then we've got this other 4 that is coming in that we need to counteract. Which is 5, 9, 5, 9, 7, 10. We're probably going to take some damage here with Sunday, but it is what it is. You know, honestly, at this point, I'm just a little bit irritated that he managed to get off this this attack. I think everybody blocked the heavy attack, so that's good. We were like this close to a stagger as well. $8 to 14. I think we got a counter for that. We can do decapitation. That'll handle it. And we can do castigation against one of these. Definitely unlock 3. We can do a high kick, and then we'll hit him with the good old castigation. Mods, castigate him. Need to get this out of our deck. The longer these early phases take, the more Bayard gets to stagger himself. You know what? You're absolutely right. I should be staggering Bayard. I should have staggered Bayard earlier. Honestly, I don't know what I was thinking. This one in the back. We don't want that to hit. We are doing the first 2. The one in the back, I haven't decided what's gonna hit it yet. So we're gonna put these 2 here because she is completely out of light and is in deep emotional pain about it. And then we've got a 4, 8, 7 to 13. I'd prefer it if we ran something with a bit of defense on it. Yeah, that's what we'll do. And we can run... We have like our whole deck in our hand right now, honestly. We'll do a high kick. And decapitation. And this one, you're absorbing 2 attacks. Yeah. Sunday over here, like a goddamn boss. Champion boss ass. Oh, get castigated, bozo. Everybody's ulting. I just like, that turn, just everybody ulted. Alright, I remember this one. And Bayard is just ready to go. So this one's tricky. We can do Eradication, right? And that's gonna hit everybody. should do a decent amount of damage also. If it lands. This, like if they low roll, they could fail this, but if they high roll, they could pretty easily get past Eradication's minimum damage. Well, it'll be Heart of the Cards, right? That's what it boils down to. Alright, and we're gonna hit him here. So we do have Unlock 3 and Graze the Grass. But I think we do a multi-slash and an Unlock 3. Or Sunday's emotional level is 3. I think we want to get people more pumped up. Yeah, Sunday's pretty close. I think we could do a Graze the Grass. We can do a Draw. So I think I'm gonna want somebody to intercept for Sunday. Yeah, so we can do an Unlock and a Graze the Grass over here. Somebody's gonna need to intercept for that. And I want to prep Pinpoint Breakthrough to try to stagger the Hermit whenever we've got a turn where we're definitely going to be able to take out these other bozos. This first turn is incredibly important. Now clashing here, if we do manage to get the clash off. Bayard build does not have enough juice to be able to get in there and actually clash, but we could do sturdy defense against this one over here, and then we could follow through with a multi-slash. And a Graze the Grass. There we go. I'm just, like, I need to pay a little bit more attention to these actual, to these clashes. Piercing damage is okay, but slashing damage is where he takes actual stagger. I'm looking longingly at Castigation, and I'm realizing that I don't have the light for it. I just don't have the light for it. So I think Graze the Grass. If I do a Graze the Grass, and I do a Unlock 3, then I'll be able to also do a multi-slash, and we'll just be drawing a ton, and we should have full light next turn. And now we get to see what we're gonna do with Ya Girl. We want to intercept for the big guy if he's gonna get hit by anyone, but I don't think he is. That means we can pop the sturdy defense off on this guy and intercept for Raymond. And then we can Graze the Grass. Alright, let's see how this plays out. Not a great roll, but we did hit 3 out of 4. Not the best of rolls. Alright, that's one staff that's been staggered. We want to make sure that we don't stagger him. The boss, that is. We want to not stagger the boss whenever he's still got staves. Gain 1 endurance for each clash, 1 in a scene, up to 3. All right. Now we've got our ranged attack coming in. Mass individual. 1 use, Hermit's Staves, restore 8 HP and stagger resist. Okay, and it's gonna happen first. So unless we have another AoE attack to slam down with, which she lost her AoE attack? Is that a thing? If I don't use it, I lose it? Because that actually is really annoying. I did not realize that was a thing. I'm looking at her hand right now, and it's gone. So I guess I just don't get that AoE card. I mean, it is what it is, but still, that is a little annoying. All right, well, Iron Wall against it there. We can Will of the Prescript against it there. Forming Storm, yeah, it's a 1 turn. I got staggered 1 turn. I set up and lost it. That sucks ass. That's yeah, that's disappointing to say the least. All right, we can hit. We'll hit this guy with Castigation, and then we want to do a multi-slash over here, and we are out of usable cards. Now we've got Decapitation we can use. That'll trigger relatively early, but we can pull it in and hit that guy with Decapitation. We should get rid of the first die. Actually, we might want to actually do an Emotional Turbulence over here, and then do a Decapitation on one of the little guys. That's ghoulish overkill. We'll do it there, and then we can do a multi-slash to get some life back. Or Class and Respect, multi-slash. We need the draw as well. Here's the question with her. Do we do Puppet Blockade or multi-slash is probably the play. Alright, now we get Raymond. We need to, I'm realizing now we really need to make sure that the bots are taken out, and I don't have enough attacks going on the bots. I think that might kill. So 2 attacks are going into the center one, no attacks are going to the one on the bottom. I think we could do something just little and cheeky, like a geeky and kill the one on the bottom. They're gonna regain stagger resist, but I don't think that unstaggers them this turn. Do we have enough attacks coming into this guy? That's the question. We do have a castigation coming in on him. I'm gonna roll the dice. I'm gonna hope that this actually takes him out, and we're gonna pinpoint break on this guy right here. We're gonna cross our fingers and hope that Bayard actually is able to take him out. We're gonna bank on the stagger on the boss this turn, which we got for sure. We did get that stagger. No, I think we've got 2 more attacks coming in on him. All right, that's 1 down. I must have fucked something up. Let's see. In a clash, if the winner's dice roll is greater than the loser's by 4 or higher, the loser takes 3 to 7 bonus damage, and the winner recovers 2 to 5 HP. But the librarian and the opponent can activate this effect. We do Bayards. Okay. So I guess now we can do a build-up phase. Do an unlock 3, a cut the grass, a Will of the Prescript. That gives us draw. And a high kick. And unlock 3. There's no way that all of this shit lands. I think we just do that. And an unlock 3 against one of these is not going to be enough by itself to kill this guy, because they're weak to Steel Knuckles. Okay, yeah, Steel Knuckles should finish off. Honestly though, with 5 HP and 2 erosion, I don't think it survives this turn. We'll just do a recharge turn. Recharge as much as we can. Multi-slash. Raise the grass. Yeah, I don't think it makes it, but we're gonna we get 1 light restoration. Okay, cool. No, it's doing Dear Companion, so stagger target and inflict 1 cane to them. And this is where the boss hits us with his cheeky little erosion attack. I wonder if I play something defensive, right? If I play something defensive against the embodiments of evil, I'm able to, it's mass individual. I should be able to play like an emotional turbulence and defend against that, right? Right, like that should, I should be able to defend against this. If my rolls are right. But then I don't have enough juice to be able to defend against this 6 to 10. Like, sturdy defense would be the play to go. 6 to 10? 3 to 8 dodge is not a good bet for that. Could do eradication, although I don't think that actually is going to like block that. I could do a castigation, but I don't have the juice for it. I need more light. Big yikes. Do a graze the grass. And an unlock. So this is happening a 4-3-3. I feel like Bayard needs to be the person to like eat these staggers. But these are all happening at once, so they happen last. So as long as we're able to do enough damage to this thing with what we've got, right? They're not ranged. These are melee attacks, and they come last. So as long as we're able to do enough damage with this, it shouldn't actually hit the boss. I'm gonna roll those dice. We're gonna hope that we can take this guy out. I did block again. I did block all of that damage. Uh-oh. I might stagger this motherfucker. Uh-oh. I didn't think this through. I didn't think this through. No. I'm attacking the servant because he was AoEing me and I was trying to block it to avoid taking the damage. And I think I might just be cooked. Yeah. Yeah, it's cooked. Alright, so we learned a lesson. We learned a lesson. We're just gonna run it back. We're just gonna run it down mid. I mean, we're just gonna run it back. I literally just got defeated. The second Falgrim's like, hey, are you winning? Nope. Nope, I'm not winning. Not anymore. I was doing okay for a little bit, but this boss is a tricksy bitch. I should not have attacked the little turd. Jinx power. It's alright. I love you for it. And we can do Iron Wall, and that should be able to block the majority of that damage, and then we can do a multi-slash. And then with a Will of the Prescript, we got a pretty decent shot of absorbing that damage, and then we can do unlock one. And let's see, a Emotional Turbulence, and a Graze the Grass. That looks nice. We're gonna see if this time if we can get Bayard set up and have Bayard go in and stagger him before he gets to turn into a dragon this time. Because we took a ton of damage and it dragged out the fight significantly longer than I like. But it really it's gonna depend on the luck of the draw, right? If I don't get the cards, then there's nothing really I can do about it. Team killing is frowned upon in the city. That's probably true. Alright, so we're gonna God damn it. I can't ready position and I don't have any cards that I can play aside from Iron Wall this turn. Alright, so we absorb with Iron Wall. Let's just focus on getting these guys unlocked then and doing as much damage as I can. We can do Emotional Turbulence and we can do Unlock 2. And then we've got... I guess I could play 3/3/3 and unlock 2. And then I've got Sturdy Defense should be what I play against that other one. So we'll do Puppet Blockade and Sturdy Defense, but we'll play Sturdy Defense last. Unlock 1, and... let's see... High Kick? Or we could raise our emotional level. Use Graze the Grass, get our emotions up. Greed has had some pretty shit luck in his rolls so far. Don't love that. Max value, deal bonus damage equal to 10% of the target's max HP. The maximum of 12 damage. I do also like this, but it only increases our damage by 3 to 5. We're gonna do love. Alright, so Greed has... I could ready position this turn, but it's going to require us pulling an attack off of Greed. This middle attack is coming in on Greed, and we need to keep it off of him. The only person who has the ability to yoink this attack off of Greed is going to be Raymond, and Raymond doesn't really have the cards for it. If I'm being honest with myself. If Raymond could be in real trouble if I try to do that. Alright, let's see what we've got here. This is a 6 to 10. Emotional Turbulence has a pretty decent shot of blocking a good portion of that damage. Unfortunately, Tipwrath doesn't have the flow right now with her cards. It's a bit disappointing, but what can you do, right? And we want to be trying to do blunt damage, if possible. Blunt or pierce damage. A Steel Knuckles, but that's not going to be able to hit because we need something that's going to do... Alright, we've got slashing and a little bit of blunt damage. I think I want to avoid trying to do slash damage here. I might be gonna play Graze the Grass, and the goal here is just going to be to do a little bit of damage. I think we're going to have Greed actually defend for himself. We're going to have him do Sturdy Defense there. And then Raymond will have defend for himself as well. 5, 8, 4 to 8. We'll do 3, 3, 3. And an unlock 3 is just free real estate. Applesauce just gets to do whatever she wants this turn. So we do an unlock 2 to get set up. We need something that's going to hit hard, and I think High Kick might be the thing we want to do. That's going to hit hard, and it's going to do blunt damage. Hopefully we can get the stagger. I'm kind of banking on the stagger this turn. If we don't manage to stagger this turn, we're going to be in trouble. Staggered. So with him staggered, he shouldn't dragonize, and we should be able to just finish. Shit, no, he dragonized. I think what happened before is we didn't just stagger him in one turn, but we staggered him and then killed him. That's gotta be the ticket. I think that's what happened. Damn it. It is mass summation, so that means something big like an emotional turbulence would be able to counter this AoE attack. Shit. It's not looking good for Tipra there. And fuck, Greed doesn't have anything for it either. Yikes. No bueno. No bueno. That's really bad, actually. So that's gonna hit Greed, and it's gonna hit Greed hard. We've been on the back foot with Greed this whole time just because of the cards that we drew. Alright, well, we're gonna just accept that we're gonna take it. We're gonna hit with a multi-slash, and we're gonna hit with a Gigi. Because I need the light, and I need the card draw really bad. Now for these two attacks, we don't want them to be one-sided. We're gonna intercept them. But who we intercept them with is important. I think... Prescript is not ideal. But it's the best I've got for that one. Steel Knuckles is really bad actually against this one, but we have to have it be clashed. Unlock 3. Emotional turbulence. We had two people fail that. We knew Greed was gonna fail it. I'm a little bit miffed that Tipra also failed because we used a good card with Tipra to defend against that. Alas, it do be like that. Hopefully we have enough light with Greed to be able to actually fucking do something next turn. That'll be cool. I don't love these attacks, but now we can come in with something like Decapitation to intercept that attack, and then we can hit him with the old Castigation, and then we'll do an Unlock 3 because that's just it is what you do. Now what we play over here against a 5/9. I think we're gonna do ready position. So we finally have the juice to be able to fucking do it. So I think we're gonna do that. And we're gonna have her do Will of the Prescript after after Raymond has the ability to play his cards. So we're gonna do multi-slash and then unlock 3. And then we'll have Tip come in with the Will of the Prescript to intercept that middle attack. Alright, and that should neutralize most of her attacks. We've got one coming in to clash with Tipra, and it's iffy on whether or not we're able to win that one, but we'll see. She did it. Look at her go. I was gonna say, like, I almost don't want her to die this turn. Because I don't wanna jump right into this next one. But here we are. We gotta make lemonade now. I do have a 7 I can intercept for this one. But we need to, so I think first off, we're gonna intercept these two attacks. 3/7, 3/7, I think a Steel Knuckles might be able to actually beat that out. And we can do an unlock 3 as well. And then over here we've got another 3/7, 3/7. We can pretty safely stall the Night of Despair phase. I will consider that. I'm not 100% sure. What I mean to say is I have very little confidence in my ability to stall out any of these phases. My confidence was sapped I need to go really hard on one or more of these little bozos. I can get this out of my deck, and then I can do a unlock 3. And then this little bitch will do multiple attacks on. Actually, an early eradication could be really strong against this group. I think we're going to do an eradication. We do have emotional turbulence with this guy as well. And I could intercept you? On Bayard. And we'll do a graze the grass to follow up. I'm just concernicus about Bayard having enough juice for next turn, but we'll see how this goes. 24 is a pretty decent roll. I hit everybody with it. Look at you go, Raymond. And that knocked all of them, that was absolutely the play here. Knocked literally all of them unconscious. Now all I need to do is just make sure that my attacks next turn, targeting the Hermit Staffs, kill all of the staves, and then we'll be able to take out the boss. So that's one staff is definitely dead. If the first combat page wins a clash, destroy all remaining dice the opponent has a 25% chance. I think we're going to do Road to Happiness on Greed. Okay. He is using his mass individual attack. We don't like that. So we need to make sure that we intercept that. It's 4-7. 2 4-7s. We do Will of the Prescript against that, but then what we're looking at after we use Will of the Prescript is having very little options with Raymond next turn, because we'll just be out of light. I'm inclined to do like a multi-slash and an unlock 3, but we need something to counter this hold still ability. We do an unlock 3, because what that's going to do is unlock 3 will give us, it's a cost 0, and it'll give us 1 light and draw page. And then for this AoE attack, it's mass individual 4-7, so we could roll Steel Knuckles and have a decent chance. But if the problem is if Raymond gets hit with that, because ours is a 5-9-4-8, if Raymond does get hit with this, it's going to be bad, because he could get staggered. And we don't like that. We don't want Raymond getting staggered. That's no good. Everybody's kind of in the same boat here with this build, though. So we'll do Emotional Turbulence with that, and we've got a multi-slash. Hit him with the multi-slash. And I'd love it if Castigation worked on AoE attacks. It does not, however. And we'll do Will of the Prescript. Graze the Grass. And then unlock 3 as well. I think we're gonna have Greed do a Pinpoint Breakthrough as like the actual connecting attack. Which, wait, no, that will stagger him. If I do attacks before I do Pinpoint Breakthrough, then Pinpoint Breakthrough will be the last thing that happens. So I should do... I have to use Pinpoint Breakthrough on this one to block my stagger. It's going to be what it's going to be. He's just going to get staggered this turn earlier than I would like. And that means this 3, I'm gonna have to modify something that is coming in on this 3 so that I can absorb it for the other people. Okay, now I think that we've got a pretty solid grip on what we're doing here. We can do an Emotional Turbulence to block against that, and then a Graze the Grass. We've got 1 attack going on that guy and 1 attack going on that guy, and then a Puppet Blockade. What's this? 26 HP? Puppet Blockade down here. We're gonna do an unlock 3 up here. That should kill it, and then we can do the graze the grass down here. Alright, I think that covers us. The only thing we don't have targeted is a dodge, which we were going to anyway. Fuck. Raymond did get knocked out. It's kind of what I was worried about. Alright, and we did get the stagger off on the boss. Now, as long as all of the little guys are dead, which they are, then now all of... Oh, he regained stagger. Okay, we did get the stagger off. Okay, perfect. We just barely got the stagger off. But now, our big boy gets to go in and knock out the boss. Unfortunately, we've got 2 people on our team who are currently staggered, who are going to just take embodiments of evil. Which I personally don't love that. I don't think that's great. Let's get that out of our deck. We can use a castigation. And actually, we're gonna use castigation first. Then we'll get this out of our deck. And we can follow up with unlock. And if they're still alive, a multi-slash. The tricky bit is that this will hit at 4, and Tip Breath is going to get to attack first. But while Tip might get to attack first, she doesn't have a lot of damage that she's going to put out. And the AoE is going to hit first, so everybody's just going to take that damage first, which we don't love that. Ouch. Ouch. Jesus Christ, Raymond's almost dead. Now, he can't go below 30 by the damage that we do, but the other boss can kill him. Alright, we got a teensy tiny little bit of healing. And look at Raymond over here with his 21 HP. It is not looking great. We're gonna need to body block for Raymond real hard. Okay, so we need to take the one that's got tears out. And once the one that has tears is knocked out, then we get the ability to dodge or block attacks. So kind of blocking the first 2 that come in, and then all of our bonus attacks are going towards the back. Let's see. Multi-slash. And unlock 3. And a great spread. God, applesauce is just fucking activated. At motion level 4. Okay. This still needs to be dealt with. I'm inclined to put Bayard in ready position again. Just because every time I get him staggered is gonna be for the greater good. Do eradication. No, we need to be preparing for next turn. Why does Raymond have no goddamn speed dice? It feels like Raymond why does Applesauce have so much speed dice? I guess it's just she's at a +2, and everybody else is at a +3, or is a +1, +0. I don't know. It must be something with this particular key page that she's using. You became nihilistic from the Jester. The Jester straight up put me into despair mode last stream. I don't even know what to do about it. Is it a speed 2 key page? I don't know, I guess. I think this one might be a speed 3 key page and the other 2 are speed 2 key pages. Yeah, that's gotta be what it is. And that's a 4-8 and a 4-9. I do think that Will of the Prescript is going to be able to do something against that. I'm just nervous about getting into the next phase, having used a bunch of card draw and not having any light remaining. Yeah, I think the play is actually going to be to play something else. I can sturdy defense this, but it is kind of overkill. Yeah, it is kind of overkill. Let's sturdy defense this one. And then we get Iron Wall this one. Follow that up with a multi-slash. Raymond needs health. I don't even know what to do about you, Raymond. Multi-slash and one more 3 to regenerate lights. We don't want to class and respect on this. That's bad. We do want to play class and respect, but we don't want to play class and respect specifically on that one. Do we have anything else we can play? Steel Knuckles. I don't love that. I don't love that as an option. Raymond might be able, I guess with emotional turbulence, Raymond would be able to do that. But then I'm gonna be out of bullshit to play next turn, which spooks me. Alright. So we're just gonna have to see how it goes. Lock in, Raymond. Come on, Tipra. Don't fuck this up. That's right, they're immune to stagger. Alright, Intemperance. When there's no companion present, the first enemy selected hits. Got Intemperance on Raid. A 3-7 and a 3-8. I need to save that. Raymond is going to need to pull in something this turn. I guess I can absorb that attack? Nope, because Raymond doesn't have 5, and we need a 5 that's the only way we're going to be able to pull that in. Castigation's one of them, but I want to use Castigation next turn whenever we are actually planning on avoiding damage from this thing. I'm going to graze the grass. We can absorb these guys with anybody, but these two need to be allocated between Tippereth and Applesauce, because Applesauce and Tippereth, I love the names. Applesauce and Tippereth are the only ones who are who have the cards to be able to pull that off. So we're gonna save Decapitation as well, because that's another one that we can use next turn, and we need to have the juice for it. So we could use a Steel Knuckles to block that, and then we can use a multi-slash to follow up. Now for Raymond, Raymond is gonna play, let's see, Raymond is gonna play, how many cards do we have in our hand? We've got there's only one card left, but if we play all three, then we'll want to draw, but we want to draw at the end. So maybe we have you use Steel Knuckles to intercept this one, and then we'll have Raymond use this 3 on load prescript to draw cards at the end of the turn. And then we can play Steel Knuckles will be the one we want to intercept with. So we'll play Steel Knuckles, then an unlock 3. There we go. We're building our turn in reverse order. And I guess for greed, we just want to build up light for next turn. Build up the light and emotional points. Ouch! Jesus Christ, that hurt. Raymond is in so much pain. Raymond, I really need you to not die. Okay. Alright, now we've got these coming in. So we can definitely use... Against the 5 to 10, we'll use Decapitate. Right? And then against this this one over here, this 3, 7, 3, 6, 2, 5, we're gonna use Castigation. And then we want to do, I guess we want to do like a multi-slash and an unlock 3 after that, because we want to regain some light and potentially redraw our Castigation card. And then we're going to want to use a similar kind of trick over here. We're going to use Unlock, and let's say Glass and Respect after we use Decapitation. That will regen our light and give us an extra card. Draw next turn. For Bayard can pull in this one over here. That's the 4-7 and the 4-6. But he'll stagger himself, and I don't necessarily want to... You know what? Fuck it. He's gonna stagger himself. We're gonna do something... No, we can't do anything similar. Okay, no wait, we can. Okay. We can. We can do draw. No, we're gonna use Pinpoint Breakthrough, and we're just gonna eat it, and everybody else is gonna kind of bide their turn, I guess. We could do an unlock because it's free, and a Graze the Grass because it's free. But Bayard is gonna be the one doing the Pinpoint Break. How about over here? Do we have any draw we could play? Yeah, we could do a little bit free script, and then we'll have Bayard do Pinpoint Break. So I just want to make sure we've got the right cards flashing. Decapitation, Castigation, and Pinpoint Break are all flashing. That should negate all of the damage that they do, and stab him, and then next turn we should be set up with a fuck ton of light, with the exception of Bayard. Bayard just finished. But we should have a fuck ton of light set up for next turn. And now we actually get to hit him. This turn. And he's staggered, and we've got just an ass ton of cards. Who's got the bonus? There are cards. Who's got the bonus? That lets me heal whenever I win clashes. None of these would be clashes, but I'm just, like, wondering out loud. Blockade. Do a Steel Knuckles, a multi-slash, and then unlock 3. Looks like we weren't able to redraw Decapitation and Castigation. We redrew Unlock and Multi-Slash, but we didn't redraw the other one, which is interesting. instead of emotional turbulence, maybe I should be, or maybe instead of steel knuckles, I should be using emotional turbulence. That's what we'll do. We need to hit him hard this turn. Ghoulish overkill. Absolutely ridiculous. I did not need to use that many cards. Jesus Christ. Alright, greed again. Okay, now Bayard's got a +3 by default. Right now. I could ready position and stagger myself to prepare for next turn. I think that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna stagger ourselves on greed turn 2. Let's see. When do they use Vote of Gold? Every 3 scenes. Perfect. So we're gonna stagger ourselves on turn 2 to try to do as much damage as we can to this little bish. Alright, so we'll do Will of the Priesthood on one of these. Yikes, I don't like any of those options. We're gonna use that, and then we'll follow up with multi-slash, a unlock as a Graze the Grass. Now for the second one, got Iron Wall I can use first. Starting out. This shit's got me spooked. It's weird. That counts. It's an AoE, but it still counts as a clash when I use it against that particular ability. I don't understand why. Now, multi-slash and unlock 3. So I guess we could do a class and respect, a multi-slash, and unlock 3, and then just fill in that last slot with an eradication. And we'll see how that actually plays out. She beat out Raymond's thing with his. Sorry, it's the fact that it's a magical girl. I keep misgendering names. I've been doing this whole time. I'm a bad gender warrior. Raymond, you need to stop taking so much damage. And there's like no stagger damage coming in. It's gotta be pinpoint breakthrough coming in last. And then we've gotta hit him with heavy shit on top of that. So this is coming in, the sturdy defense we can use to defend against that attack, and then we can use a puppet blockade after that. So sturdy defense should be able to block that shit. Now it's all about following up with the last attack. This 6 to 10 might actually get beaten out. Or sorry, pinpoint breakthrough. No, not with a +7. There's no fucking way. Alright, I think we've got a pretty solid route here to be able to get a stagger in, but it's going to be about doing enough damage to be able to actually get the stagger in. With castigation, I like our chances if we follow up with something as strong as castigation. We're going to have to do a Graze the Grass there, a multi-slash, and castigation is our play there. Decapitation would probably be a decent play here because we're trying to rush this boss so that they don't get to use their ability. And we could do a class and respect after multi-slash because decapitation costs a ton of shit to use. We want to have cards to be able to use next turn. And we could use Emotional Turbulence. Multi-slash. And Graze the Grass. And we've got Tid's turn coming up. Where'd you Will of the Prescript? She's like constantly out of cards. I guess Steel Knuckles and a Graze the Grass. I mean, she's gonna have like no light next turn. But we need that card draw. All right, let's cross our fingers here and hope that we can get the stagger in. That is significantly less damage than I thought we were gonna get in the castigation. Oh, sorry, significantly less stagger than I thought we were gonna get in the castigation. Yeah, that did no stagger damage. Bizarre. Yeah, we're at a point now where we literally hit a point with his HP. Alright, so he did get this transformation last time, because we did hit that point where he was doing like no damage. Alright, so we do have to defend against these. Alright, let's see the passive ability. Every 3 scenes, Brain's Brilliant Listen becomes untargetable but does not act. The following scene uses the special combat page. Veracity, if the librarian fails to negate any of the special combat page's attacks, deal 15 damage to all librarians and recover some HP. All attacks in special combat page roll becomes... So Veracity is the one, but they didn't play Veracity. Yeah, this is some goofy goober shit. HP gate. Yeah, well, we hit the HP gate and he converted before we had the chance to really do anything else. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do about it. We do have a castigation. I think it would be wise to use castigation against, like, that. 1 hit, recover 12 HP, inflict 5 bleed next scene. Castigation's only gonna block one of those hits. Alternatively, we could do Emotional Turbulence. We beat out all of those rolls with our +1. So that is an option. And then we could multi-slash and unlock 3. Could have sworn we got 333 with 1973 out of our deck. I don't know how that's still there. Now this last one, 37713, is the tricky one. We're gonna need to figure out how we're gonna absorb that. I'd love to do a sturdy defense, but unfortunately we can't do a sturdy defense. Yeah. We have to absorb it. We gotta find a thing to absorb it with. Iron Wall is an option. It's not gonna absorb all of it, but it will absorb a nice chunk of it. And then we can do Puppet Blockade and Graze the Grass for free after that. Be able to get some stuff back. Turbulence with Sunday. Can fall better with these two. Because they're free to play. Alright, let's cross the fingers and hope. just like hyper resistant to all damage. Hate it. Consuming Desire, Audacity, and Fixation. Well, I mean, Greed is just a freebie for picking up these attacks. Like, literally with the +5, or sorry, a +4 strengthened, just as a base, +4 to die, we're just warmed up so well that it's almost impossible for her attacks to get through, or sorry, his attacks to get through. So we can intercept 2 of those and kind of be prepped up for next turn. I guess we do a Sturdy Defense to absorb this one. And then I literally can't play anything else with her. She's got no light. I need to modify this burn deck, this Tipwreck burn deck. I don't know if it's the way I'm playing it problem or if it's the build problem. It could also be shit luck. That's always a possibility. So we could. I mean, I don't love the odds of bringing in an emotional turbulence against that. Castigation is an option. It'll just reduce the power of the dice to 1. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. And then we'll follow up with the remaining cards that we can play at that point. And that opens Tipwreck to be able to play cards that are going to actually give her... Like, I can either play cards that will give card draw or something that will give me some light. We're carrying the max hand already, which means we have almost our entire deck in our hands and still don't have anything we can play. And she needs some 0 cost cards. Especially in a fight like this, unlock 3 is just too good. We could play Decapitation. I am inclined to wait on playing Decapitation until we can get something that's a bit more, I don't know, a bit more beefy. We're gonna undo that. Greeds will be the last one we lock in, and all remaining attacks will go into this hole in the center as undefended. So we'll do an Emotional Turbulence and then recovery cards. And then we'll do Emotional Turbulence and recovery cards. And we're gonna hold off on playing our burners. Like, we're doing Castigation to absorb this last attack because it's a 7 to 13 and that's sketchy. Spooks me out even. So we'll absorb with that, but for the most part I'm trying to avoid a situation where I am gonna get hit by something big and I have no big cards to counter. Okay, and then this last one should be coming in over. There we go. And when we're doing damage, I want to be doing more damage. I have no idea how to do that. Inflict 5 erosion to all enemies. Enemies with erosion gain bind. Now she's got the pistols out this turn. So this is a mechanic that I didn't actually see last time, and I think it's something that Bayard did that messed up their ability to trigger this. Alright, so we need to make sure we hit... You know what, I've got an AoE here I can do. Let me look at these though. Exists for one scene, gives special combat pages to the librarian that defeats it, which means that if I use an AoE attack and kill all of them with one person, that means only one person is going to get the thing. That's unacceptable. So we're gonna do one librarian is gonna do an attack on this. Greed is getting targeted. What do you mean? Oh, this. God damn it. I fucked myself, didn't I? The giant portal. God damn it. Is this a you're fucked restart moment kind of thing? Because I wouldn't be surprised if I just overlooked something real quick that was just not an arrow that I've been paying really close attention to, but just a thing that appeared in front of a character and I wasn't paying attention whenever it popped up. God damn it. Well, we're gonna find out if I'm just screwed. That would be delightful. I'm prepared to spend the entire stream today working on just this completion. I don't love it conceptually, but I'm prepared to do it. You can beat Nihil with 4 librarians. Or with 2 librarians, 4 is doable. So greed is dead. Is that what you're saying? I mean, I don't see him losing this clash. The only clash that he's gonna get hit with. I don't see him losing that. You somehow gave King of Greed 4 bind, which saved it. Well, I get the erosion thing, so yeah. Well, I mean, did you forget that that I am an accidental god at video games and am always correct in everything I do always? You must have forgotten, and I don't understand how you could have possibly allowed that to happen. See that it doesn't happen again. Honestly though, like skin of my teeth nonsense like this. I love it. I'm here. Here I go, believing again. This bozo's staggered now. And Bayard completely unnecessarily staggers himself. Okay. So we made it to the Nihil fight. Time to read this book again. All returns to Nihil has unique modes of behavior that cycle in the following order: Nihil, Greed, Hate, Despair, Wrath. Each mode features different passive abilities and combat pages. Pointless Endeavor takes no stagger damage outside of Wrath mode and takes no damage from Bleed, Burn, Erosion. This character's speed dice cannot be sealed. Now for the easy part, yeah, this is the part that just completely obliterated my team last time. The Will of Nihil. So I need to counter this. This is a mass summation. So first things first, Greed is about to get smacked with this, and there's nothing I can do about it. I don't love that. Okay. What is this? 15 to 15? We could do this. That's a 13 base. If I roll all ones, I get a 13. Raise the grass, and unlock multi-slash. Take a breath. Sturdy defense it. And then we can follow up with a, I don't know, raise the grass. Well, there's no way these statues are going to survive. These ones in the back are getting hit, or these ones in the front are getting hit twice, and the ones in the back are getting hit twice and 3 times each, respectively. So only Greed is taking this undefended. Everybody got healed to full. That's what I like to see. Okay. So all attacks are targeting Greed. And we lost all of our bonuses. Also this. 7 fragile, 7 disarmed, 7 feeble. Okay, so all of these are going to need to be countered. So we've got Hope. I've got one of each Hope. And then what we can do is we can take Audacity, Consuming Desire, and Fixation. And the road to gold is a 10 to 12. God damn. I don't know what cards I'm gonna play against this. Because with Hope, this becomes a 5-10 and 6-10 and 6-9. So I guess I do Ecstasy of Triumph. I go against Consuming Desire. Consuming Desire is coming over here. Okay. And then we've got this attack. No, this attack is coming in. Wait, 2 attacks? 2 6 attacks? How do I can't counter these. 2 6s are coming in on the same 4. I don't have enough speed dice to defend against this. This 2 isn't gonna cut it. I can't intercept anything. She has a ton of counter dice. Yeah, I guess. I guess. One Clash Wind, destroy all dice on target's page, inflict 2 disarm, and bind next scene. Okay, so I could just play this one against one of these 2. So this one right here, I play Sparking Strike. Alright, that counters that. For the 5 against this 2, I need to play something that's got counter dice in it. This is a 3-5. Which should be a 5-7 counter. I should just beat that out. And for the second one, I'll have to play something else. Fixation, I think, is going to hit first. Both of these are coming in almost the exact same time. So I can't... This is such ass. Question. Can I play... Alright, so one really important question. Can I get the Hope card back? And second question, if I play 2 Hopes, do the bonuses that I get from playing a Hope stack? So can I play 2 Hope and give myself +4 strength? Hope stacks. Okay. So 2 Hope. And that buffs up this. I guess Ecstasy of Triumph. And that gives me a 8, 12. Reduce the power of the opponent's next die by 2 if I win that first clash. The second clash destroys their next die. You get more than one hope, so don't worry about saving it for a later turn. Just use it if you need it. Okay. So right now we're countering everything but this last one. And this last one here, that's tricky. I can't ignore this because that's gonna hit first. And this next one is gonna hit really hard. And I don't get any of my counter die until these cards trigger. So the only counter die I'm gonna have is a 3 to 5 defense. We're just gonna have to see how this plays out because I'm spooked. Yeah, she beat me. She beat that out as well. And now we're getting hit with the AoE. So I have 1 Fragment of Bliss. Nope, everybody got Fragment of Bliss. Fog. This is the thing that fucked me last time, is not having Fragment of Bliss. Arcana Slave, and we're gonna play Hope. I've only got 1 Hope left. Okay. So we've got Overwhelming Luster, Ecstasy of Triumph. Audacity, you can do next die gains +2 power. Break the speed die of the target the next scene. I don't think the speed die of this character can be broken, can they? It doesn't do anything? Yeah. I was gonna say, Nihil seems kind of busted, so I wouldn't be surprised. This 2 still needs to be intercepted. Looks like the Hope one is 4. Overwhelming Luster. And this 1 is coming in on this 3. I guess I just rolled really shittily for my speed die. I guess that's what happened. I don't know. It's just wild. Switch to Queen of Hatred, and all of her targets are on the Queen of Hatred. Right, this is my first time engaging with the Queen of Hatred. So, combat pages used against this character lose 5 power unless the Magical Girl of Love is the user. After winning 10 total clashes, uses a mass attack page, Arcana Slave, on the next scene. If the Magical Girl of Love uses Arcana Slave, loses 50 HP and shifts to Despair mode next scene. But Arcana Slave costs 9... Maybe there's something in here that causes the 2 blind, strength the next scene, lower max value of last enemy 3, inflict 3 fragile on the target for 2 scenes. I don't... Click the plus in your okay, yeah, this goddamn fight is a book. Seriously, at the start of the scene, draw 3 pages and fully restore light. Uses a set of unique combat pages after winning 10 clashes in total. The cost of Arcana Slate is reduced to 0. Cost is reset. Okay. Perfect. Alright, so Hatred. So this would be Arcana Beast. Arcana Beats is like the counter to this. But all of her attacks are coming in on the same spot. What an asshole, I swear to God. 2 strength and endurance to any untargeted with the Jester's. Like I can't. I feel like it's irresponsible of me to use hope on myself. We're gonna take hits this turn. It sucks, but we're gonna take hits this turn. Because this is definitely, one of these is definitely gonna be a one-sided hit. Inflict 2 fragile next scene, and then use mark the target. So this I either eat this 7 to 12, which will also mark me, or I eat these which inflict fragile on me next scene. I think I need to eat the one that is going to deal just damage and mark me. So this 5, we need to modify this and hit the 2 for 4, 8, 4, 8. Right? And then we can do In the Name of Love and Justice on the second one. And that's a 4, 8, 5, 9. And then that last one is going to be a 6, 14. I like our chances of beating out that one. And then this will be one-sided. So let's just roll those dice. Ouch. Luckily that doesn't count as a clash. Okay. All of them on the same one again. Don't you just love it? But there are, she rolled low, or he rolled low, so I can actually defend against it this time. So In the Name of Love and Justice, I think we're going to need to play more than one hope this turn. Hopefully I've got it. I do, I've got it. So I want to win. I'm curious. So each individual die is a clash, right? So it is possible for me to win the 10 clashes this round if I do enough damage, right? So with love, it's +2 strength and endurance. So if I do with love, that's a win-win-win, right? You're still really fighting that baby enemy, not even a special enemy. You've seen like 20 of those and beat them all in one hit. Wow. That's because you're a god, Greed. It's not my fault. Okay. So with love, ranged versus ranged, and that should beat that out. Okay, now the next two. This 6 to 12 is going to be the tricky one to beat. So with this 3-8, and a +4, that turns into a 7-12 for both of those. So it is just, it's kind of like a die roll at that point to see who wins that one. And this 4-8, 4-8, 6-8, I can do this one right here, and that should beat that out. Because that gives us our, it's a 2-6 becomes a 6-10. Yeah. Really decent chance of being able to beat that one out as well. All right, we're just gonna cross our fingers and hope we get our 10 flash victories this time. So far, it's looking good. This should make that AoE card free. Yeah, Arcana Slave is free. And then I think Arcana Slave instantly makes this one switch into the other phase. Oh my god. It didn't count. Nihil blocked it? No, it's okay. It counted. I was like, what the fuck? Okay, next phase. Now it's time to read. Okay. Meaningless despair. Combat pages used against this character lose 5 power unless the magical girl of justice is the user. If all dice on a combat page this character uses lose or draw in a clash, that page will be locked out, starting with the next scene. If all 3 pages are locked out, loses 50 HP and shifts to Wrath mode. So we need to negate all of the damage that she's gonna do. Yeah, we just need to negate all of these cards. So, Sword Embracing the Heart against this one. God damn it, she's always doing this bullshit. Okay, so this 3 is coming in over here. And then the 4 and the 5 are both hitting the 6. Which means it's not possible for me to counter this. The die that I got just make it so that I can't counter this. God, that's annoying. Okay. Let's see what we can do. So that gets countered as long as we have hope. I think we've only got 1 hope that we can play. Okay. No, we've got 2 hope. So we could play the second hope right here, and then intercept one of these 2 attacks. The one that's going to be the most dangerous. I think this heart-tearing sword is probably the most dangerous. We're using one of our own hopes to boost these to 4 so that we can guaranteed knock out 2 of those cards. Well, almost guaranteed knock out 2 of those cards. Now we actually have to defend ourselves. Can you actually do something? No, -7. Decrease the power of defensive dice by 7 for the duration of the scene. Completely useless. Completely useless. Tipwrath can't do anything. I guess she could absorb hits. I guess maybe that's as good as I can get. Maybe that's as much as I can hope for, is for her to just absorb some hits. I don't love her chances of surviving for long with the -7 and the 7 fragile. But yeah, she's gonna be the one who absorbs the hits. And then I could use something like Overwhelming Luster. And then this last attack is unguarded as of yet. So I can't lose here. Let's see how this plays out. Again, our goal is to block out all of these cards. Okay, I think that was 2 cards got blocked out. God damn. Yeah, I think Tipwrath is just dead. But she absorbed an entire wave of attacks. God damn! Don't need them? Yeah, I suppose not. Okay, so I guess we blocked out all of Nihil's things. Lose 5 power unless the magical girl of justice is the user of all dice in the combat page with this character. Lose or draw on a clash. That page will be locked out starting with the next scene. If all 3 are locked out, loses 50 HP and shifts to Wrath in the next scene. Yeah, I know the counter dice worked heavily in my favor. What I'm wondering here is, like, isn't she supposed to, or isn't he supposed to take 50 damage and then end the turn? Why are we still here? I'd high key let you ruin my life. What? I have no idea what that means. I'm stupid. So if you're new here, which welcome trains for. Oh my god, that's sorry, I'm not gonna say that name. T-slur for life. Kind of not even into the attention. Doesn't even know. I am not liberal, I'm a socialist. Somebody kill this guy. Okay, back to the important thing, the fight that we're doing. Just ruin his life. Just ruin his life and get it over with. Well, he's banned, so there's no ruining his life. I have one rule, and the one rule is don't be a dirty asshole. And I don't know, I feel like you come in, just like coming in here and immediately saying like, oh yeah, you're a liberal. No, I'm really not. Targeted by the Jester of Nihil. We are not targeted by the Jester of Nihil. I'm sure he'll be fine. Trolls be trolling. They can't stop themselves. I don't know how to deal with these fucking things. We're just like, I guess gonna do some with love stuff. We could do Arcana beats. Go with that one. And with love. Maybe? What's this last one over here? It's coming in from a 5. We're gonna need to use a 6 to intercept that. Hey CG, how you doing, boobers? I don't understand why people can't just behave themselves, honestly. It's not that hard. I wake up and behave myself every day. I don't want to deal 10 damage to myself. I want to block this damage, but I also don't want to deal 10 damage to myself. Have to come raid and pillage with your invisible clone army. If you're raiding and pillaging, just you know, I don't know. Be sure to source your raiding and your pillaging ethically. Or something. That's a lot of damage. These swords hit really hard. So do I need to kill these swords? Is that what's happening? Okay, no. He shifted into the next phase. Okay, cool. Freaking me out when he does that. Alright, now we're on Magical Girl of Courage. You have 220 health. We can use that 22 times before we die. No, now we can only use it 15 or 16 times before we die. Okay, so we're hoping, but we're gonna first check her abilities. Combat pages used against this character lose 5 power unless the Magical Girl of Courage is the user. Uses a mass attack page every 2 scenes. Upon becoming staggered, loses 50 HP and shifts to Nihil mode. Okay. Combat pages used against this. Okay, unless it's the main girl. Okay. Takes no stagger damage outside of Wrath mode. Takes no damage from bleed, burn, or erosion. This character's speed is concealed. Okay, so literally just like upon becoming staggered, lose 50 HP and shift to kneel. So we have to stagger her. Or him. God damn it. Seriously, fuck you, Nihil. for looking so goddamn fine and gender amorphous. Alright, we're gonna play Hope and a little bit of Hope. We'll hold back. We don't even have another Hope over here. I think our inventory is like capped out or something. We can do one-sided attacks for funsies, just to get cards out of her deck for happiness. We need Hope, and I think we can't get it because our deck is full, or our hand, or whatever. You get one, right? Like our hand is full. Okay. So this is a 3-8-3-7. One hit, inflict 1 erosion on target. So those are like, if she gets hit with one-sided attacks, that's gonna be what we need to defend against. This will be base 8 with the 2 plays of Hope that we'll have, and that should put a Roshan on him as well. We love that. Alright, that's a triple stack. We'll hit him with this one. And this last one is 4-8. 4-8. We'll hit him with this one. Hey there, just some guy. How are you doing today? Okay, that's not what I wanted to happen at all. Counter dice. I fucked myself with the counter dice. I forgot all of the Queen of Patriots cards are ranged. We're doing a decent amount of stagger damage, honestly. It's pretty wild. Awesome! Congratulations, some guy. I know that you were struggling there for a little bit. There's no reason to apologize for being tardy. I'm delighted you're here. Did I miss something? Or we're just gonna take this AoE attack, right? Like that's not anything I can do anything about, right? I guess we can defend against it. They're individual, so we can play that. We've got a Hope. We'll play the Hope. And we've got another Hope. We'll play that Hope. And to defend against this, it's mass individual, so we're going to play 3 of those individual. Playing Hope should give us what we need to be able to block this. And we can do, I guess, like a Ecstasy of Triumph, maybe? We need to make sure that with Love... Okay, so with Love is ranged. Do we have any attacks that are not ranged? Use Arcana Beats. Yeah, we're going to use Arcana Beats. Block that. That way the one-sided attacks don't come in and bonk me on the head. Alright, now we've got these 2 to follow up with. 4-8-4-8 should be easy to block, and then this last one is the Unguarded. If I can be of help. This game's ending is incredible. Yeah, I'm interested to see how it plays out. I've so far really enjoyed the basically the entirety of the story as it goes along and as we get to see character progression, especially with somebody like Angela that has such an interesting little backstory. So I didn't get to clash against them. That's disappointing. Staggered. Ooh. We're doing the thing. Can this just be over? Can we just kill this guy? Like, I just want this guy to be cooked. could die, that would be great. Awesome. First try, no problem. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Pow pow, video game easy. I'm like, oh my god. I'm sleepy from that one.
내게는 고통밖에 없습니다.
I have nothing but my sorrow, and I want nothing more.
고통은 내게 충실했고,
it has been, it still is faithful to
지금도.
me. That wasn't my proudest moment. Are you feeling better now?
잘 모르겠어.
I don't know. I do kind of feel relieved, but that didn't really feel like myself. It's good you vented out your feelings at least. I'm sorry about calling you a fake and stuff earlier. I don't mind. I've already gone through numerous repeats carrying someone's memories. I'm not sure if I really am the same as my past self anymore, so you aren't wrong on that account. But are you okay with losing your old self completely? Why are you so serious about it? I don't care what my original is, and I don't mind if I'm stuck here as a librarian. I'm good as long as I actually exist here, and that, I think. Every one of us has our own worth and meaning simply by existing. Even for a man like me who holds zero expectation? I'm sure you do. I'm honestly not very confident, even though I speak like I know better. But I still want to have faith. You're free to believe whatever you want, right? Yep, right you are. We did it! Magical girl floor realization. At the start of the scene, a combat page in hand with the highest cost, that is lower than 4, is marked with a magical symbol. After losing 4 clashes with the marked page, gain 5 protection each scene, and become immune to status ailments for the rest of the reception. Jesus Christ. Also when hit, inflict 1 erosion and fragile next scene to the attacker. Add an all returns to the void page to the hand. Cost 3 single-use combat start. Execute all pages from hand. Every scene after this gains strength and endurance equal to the number of pages exhausted this way. The page is also included in the deck at the start of subsequent acts. That seems like it's really good for a discard deck. Neil is effectively a victory lap. Well, I don't know if you were here at the end of last stream on Thursday, or I guess it would be your Wednesday if you're in North America, but at the end of last stream, Nihil absolutely mopped the floor with me, and I went on a long-ass rant about how getting railroaded at the very end of a encounter that takes about 40 minutes to complete is bad game design. And I went on it for a little while. I still think that this is like, if you're going to railroad the player, I feel like this is a bad way to do it, right? Especially at the end of a 40-minute fight. Like, you should start out by railroading the player and then make them work through the rest. That way, you're able to learn quicker from the mistakes like that. Funny thing, vaguely related to this game, I have Angela on my Tomodachi Life Island. 3 people asked her out at once, not a single Ruina LobCorp character among them. Well, I mean, I think a lot of the characters from LobCorp or Ruina would know better than to ask Angela out, except for maybe Roland. I think Roland already did ask her out. This page is only effective if the librarian possesses all 4 of the following abnormality pages: Greed, Hate, Despair, and Wrath. At the start of the scene, inflict 5 Feeble, Disarm, and Bind to all other characters. Greed, Hate, and Wrath lose their drawbacks. That's pretty cool. So basically, you just pile all of the magical girl stuff onto one character, and then they get all positives. I mean, everybody else gets 5 Feeble, Disarm, and Bind. I don't know if that counts as allies and enemies. It sounds like all of the drawbacks get put onto everybody except for the person who gets nix. Magical Girls is funny because I cannot think of a single fight that will last long enough for it to ever do anything. It's funny because you can completely ignore this mechanic by locking him into the hate phase and having KOD beat him to death. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how any of that shit works. Single ally, win the reception. You don't need the other librarians, you just win. In the name of love and hate. Sword sharpened with tears. Gold rush. Blind rage. And Nihil. The design of Nihil is amazing. I love the black and white Jester. That's super cool. And we're gonna do this, and then we're gonna take a bathroom break. I'm not gonna take a bath or anything, but a toilet break. Origin of the elements. Effective nuclear charge. Ah, this is the right shelf? That's the one. Sort the books in order, please. This one goes in here. Malkuth, could you bring me that book over there? Got it. There are lots of difficult-looking books here. Why are we on this floor to help with work like this? What other options do I have? I suddenly got a huge pile of books to organize, and the only vacant shelves are high up there. But getting up there with books is a tough task to do on my own. I usually get help from Chesed and Jebra, but they both seemed busy today. And Roland is nowhere to be seen. Where did that beanpole go? Oh, I saw Roland go upstairs some time ago, in fact. He must have had some business there, I guess. We looked like we had a lot of free time to you, huh? Get a grip, Netzach. Tiprath approached us to ask for help for the first time, you know. She rarely came over to the upper layer back in the days, so it was hard for me to see her. I'm actually happy she came to us this time, you know? Yeah, your department is at the very top, so you must have had even fewer chances to see her, right? We were occupied with our work, too. What is keeping the two patron librarians on the floors above busy at the moment anyway? You know how Chesed is. Librarians from other floors drop by to enjoy his coffee all the time, and he's always happy to oblige. And Deborah's been sitting with her eyes closed for some time. I'm not sure if she's sleeping or meditating. Deborah's been meditating often ever since she woke up here. Maybe she's got lots of stuff to think about. Maybe. I'd feel bad for invading her private moments too many times just to ask for help with errands. It's not like I'm ignoring you or anything. You don't have to help if you don't want to. Don't you worry, Netzach may be a bellyacre, but he's not hesitant to lend a hand. You're certainly dealing with books on advanced subject matter, as Roland said. Some are quite difficult to comprehend, even for me. What was that? Are you treating me like a child, like that beanpole did? I did not intend to belittle you. It's only... You're worried that I might have a real hard time trying to understand all these, right? I never had a proper education, unlike you all. Yes, that is the case. I did not mean to pity you, but are you really okay with this? I kinda am upset if you ask me, and the question could be taken as mockery if you wanted to take it that way. I can brush it off because I know you're not the kind of person to throw jabs at me, Asad. Really? I thought you hated all of us equally. The upper layer syndrome. Look, I'm sorry about all that. I was immature back then, and I thought my opinions were always right. But not anymore. I'm still good at what I do, but now I admit that you aren't half bad either. That doesn't mean I want to be on friendlier terms with you all to make up for the past. Don't get me wrong. All I ask is that you don't feel so pressured about your relationships with me. We're fine the way it is now. You must have changed your way of thinking quite a bit. It's a perk of being more mature. Anyway, I didn't take offense to what you said, Yusuf. I'm actually glad that you seem to get how hard I'm trying, if you ask me. I'm the one who read all the books here, figured out what they're about, and labeled them after all. And Knight does percent max HP damage. That's pretty strong. So you just have Knight one-sidedly attack him. I'm gonna make a steak. You feel steaky? Raise the stakes. That sounds wonderful, Greed. Make me a steak while you're at it. You can eat it, but make it for me. I thought I was gonna sneeze, and then it's... Never mind, it came. I'm not. I would have been furious if someone else asked that. Alright, this is the last one for now, and thanks for the help, guys. Cool, I'm gonna go use the toilet. I'll be right back. Where was I? So we did the realization of Tikrit. That's kind of what I wanted to do so that I could do Jebra's realization. Because I think this is a realization. Yeah, it's the final episode of the Floor of Language. Okay, so we're gonna do Jebra's realization next. Thank you for welcome. Thank you for welcome. So we need to set up. Help me, Necro. Didn't we do a new build for you? I could have sworn we did a new build for you. Wasn't it? Was it Lowell? Was this was the build you made? Lowell's build. Yeah. Okay, and then we do Hubert, Gloria, and Esther on these guys. But no, we're gonna do Bayard for Wolgafer because Wolgafer built the Bayard build. And then Verdigris. Let's see, which one do I like better? I think Gloria's page is probably my least favorite, if I'm being honest. I think it's really funny how big she is, but I prefer Hubert. Esther's page is so good, but I prefer Hubert and Esther's page. And it's it's my game, so I'm gonna play what I want. The Book of Red Mist. I was called that back then. Meeting my past self in person reminded me of a lot of things. Oh shit. I need to modify something in Jebra's deck. So I had originally set it up. Come on. There we go. I had originally set it up so we were doing 2 upstanding slash and 2 spears and 3 level slash. But what I need to do is I need to modify this, right? So I don't know what we're up against, but we're gonna get rid of upstanding slash. We're gonna add another spear, and we're gonna put in another onrush. Oh boy, this one. As someone who has beaten the game, that my favorite characters and character arcs belong to Roland and Angela. I mean, so far the interactions between Roland and Angela have been probably some of the best, because the interactions between Roland and Jebra have been really great. As far as like character growth, so far from what I've seen from Malkuth, Yasad, the other Seraphat, I've enjoyed their character growth as we go along. But overall, I think Angela and her character growth, as well as Roland and the way that he interacts with and handles Angela as a person, as an actual person instead of a machine, as an overseer, like all of the other Seraphat have treated her historically. I appreciate that of Roland, for sure. Yeah, wrap that in shit and bacon. Yeah, why not? Yan has been fought and lost to. Yeah, which one is Yan? Is that this one? No, we beat Zhao. He's scary. That's one of the reasons we went back and started doing realizations and tweaking decks, is because we lost so hard to Yan. What about Steel Knuckles over the second one rush? Because counter dice on Jeb are funny. Let's see. Let's see what other options we have for counter dice. That's a good point, because onrush is fine, but it is a heavy cost and doesn't give us a whole lot back for it. So let me check our. Let's see. There we go. Counter confirm. We're out of steel knuckles. We've used all of our steel knuckles. And it's a 2/6 slashing. Counter dodge is funny. This also gains 2 haste, but it's not like Jebra needs the haste with the infinity die. Yeah. I'm eyeballing Fervid because I'm eyeballing Fervid just because It looks nice. It's attractive for sure. Think about Infinity +2. What? I think Repressed Flesh might actually be the one. I think that's the one, and I think that's the one because it's got a little bit of block, it's got a little bit of brutal damage, or blunt damage, which is something we're lacking in the deck currently, with the exception of Focus Spirit, and it also has page draw. I mean, it's, you know, I like Repressed Flesh in general, but yeah, having extra counter dice on Jebra is awesome. It means I can have 2 different attacks targeting her, and then I can absorb attacks with Repressed Flesh and its counter. So, and with the boosts she gets from, yeah, I think I like Repressed Flesh better, just because of the draw. Okay, now we're gonna go. The Book of the Red Mist. I was called that back then. Meeting my past self in person reminded me of a lot of things. You don't get the opportunity to confront yourself often. I certainly brandished my blade, trying to protect many friends and colleagues, even if I couldn't meet the expectations, even if I couldn't save them all. Yep, that's how the Red Mist was. Not a lot of people can fight solely for the sake of others. Kali, the Red Mist, Jebra, the Seraphah, in Elcourt, and my present self, a librarian. My 3 lives may not have been the same, but my spirit is carried over. Well, do you find yourself miserable right now? Not really. I do think it's laughable, though. I failed to protect everyone, ended it up here, like this. Still, I can't say for sure that I did my best. Don't you have a grudge against Angela for bringing you back and forcing you in here? And that she stole the fruit of everything you risked your life to protect, didn't she? She's probably still wandering herself, thinking about everything she went through. I honestly can't blame her so harshly for doing what she did. So I want to reserve my judgment until I've seen for myself the end of the path she's taking. A little bit of Roland speaking with a black screen at the end of Tip's realization was a piece of a poem called Prayer of Loving Sorrow. Love that. They do put a lot of little bits in poetry and stuff. Fatal Error is really awesome about randomly quoting poetry. If I unleashed my rage at her now, nothing would change. It'll only perpetuate the chain of fury and vengeance. You didn't even get to fully protect anything in your lives. How could you move on from that like it's nothing? You always tried, but others would steal from you and take advantage of you. I'd be lying if I said I didn't feel any anger or regret. Even though I couldn't protect everyone, I saved the ones I could. I'm not like you. I couldn't even protect the one person at my side. I don't have anyone left. There's nothing around me anymore. All that remains is myself, an incompetent and despicable opportunist. I've become a lump of obstinance before I realized it. Nothing more than a hollow life trying to wrap itself in a glossy package. That day, my world shattered again. Thus began the days of endlessly looking back and retracting my steps. I was on a blind rampage. I raised anything and everything that seemed even just a little suspicious. If you try anything stupid, I'll make you bleed from every hole in your body. Spill it now. I have no idea. Look, I'll admit. Making gear wheels out of kidnapped people was a mistake. But you know, I thought it'd be okay since there's plenty of humans in the city anyhow. So you don't know anything about it? I don't, I'm begging you, please. I have a family, I still have a daughter to raise. And those gears sitting back there must have had their own families too. It's almost complete. I'm this close to bringing back my son. The puppets in this place were all made of children who'd already died. So you're saying that you're ignorant of it? Yes! That incident didn't have anything to do with me. Can't you just let it slide? Please, my son is over there, he's calling for me. That thing isn't anyone's son. Shit, he's totally lost it. Are you not satisfied after what you've done to the middle? I thought I might get something out of the big shots. All they had to show was a pathetic display of brotherhood crap. And you aren't being much better. You seriously know nothing? I'll happily take a lie, so get your gums flapping. There's no need to play along with his aimless spite. Speak no more. Just kill us. Get this over with. As you wish. So Roland killed an entire finger? What? By himself? Roland, it's not like you to rampage like a madman. I understand how you feel, but still. Don't come any closer if you want to live, Astolfo. Not the entire finger? A branch. Okay. That is incredibly impressive. That is incredibly impressive. Don't come any closer if you want to live a stealth. I'll cut you down if you try to stop me. Those guys don't look like they had anything to do with the incident at all. This is plain insanity, Roland. If only we could move to the nest. It's all my fault. You've killed too many. Some may have been hopeless scum, but if you relish murdering so much, you'll completely lose yourself. I'm far from done. I still have a whole lot of suspects on my list. I killed countless people, the corpses of more people than I could ever remember piled up, forming a hill before me. The further I tried to go into the past, the taller the hill got, and it ultimately became a mountain that blocked my sight. Asalfa was right. I couldn't tell what was going on anymore. That person was also right. I couldn't see ahead. This whole time I was only looking behind. Do I really want to find a lead to the past events and take revenge? Or was I just looking for an outlet to gush this fury? Is this a simple release of frustration? If I get my revenge this way, what'll be next? Those things no longer mattered. I didn't have the breadth of mind to think about it. In the end, I couldn't protect her. That's my fault. It's people's fault. The city's fault. What will be left of the man who failed to save what he vowed to protect? An empty husk. That's what remains. I don't buy it. I bet you're no different. You're just pretending to be cool-headed. I curse this city for taking everything from me, and I loathe myself for letting it happen. There's no way you can humbly be yourself in this damned world. Roland, when raging wrath is about to engulf you, you must quench it and forge it into your weapon. You'll learn to temper it soon enough. Jebra calmly's like, this is going to be a learning experience for you, Roland. He's drip maxing again. Well, I mean, he's wearing the Little Red Riding Hooded Mercenaries outfit, so of course he's drip maxing. Okay, so we need to absorb all of these attacks. Yeah, we can do Emotional Turbulence with Verdigris, followed by a Flash, and no, we'll do a Multi-Slash. I think we'll have Jebra clash with 2 of these attacks. Actually, no. I'm inclined to just do the 1. The Infinity will have Infinity clashes. The bonus, rather, to all the clashes. With Infinity, we'll get, that's a 8 to 13. To start and an 8 to 12 after. So we should be able to do enough damage to perpetuate this, and then we'll use a level slash with our 4. I don't love our odds of beating out that first or that second one. We'll probably take some damage there if we don't get somebody else in to absorb that hit. It'll be one-sided, but that should give us a +2 to strength, because one-sided attacks will get the benefit of that. Alright. Multi-slash. And graze the grass for the emotion level. We can do a ready position. Yeah, let's do a ready position. Why not? And then we'll absorb this last attack, let's say with a 333. We'll kind of like tap back and forth. And then we'll do graze the grass. This is a hell of a fight to get warmed up on. Ouch, goddamn. My Verdigris gonna take so much damage. Alright, just I hate it so much. I hate it so much whenever we get hit by that. Alright, let's do Focus Spirit. And we'll do a spear. Actually, you know what? Are we getting hit by... No, we're not getting hit by anything. Alright. Do a repressed flesh. No, we're gonna do a spear. Will of the Prescripts. I don't have the juice. I don't have the speed dice to be able to beat this out. Pinpoint breakthrough. So we've got a 6 there we could use. Here I go, staggering myself again. Honestly, you gotta respect the hustle. Steel knuckles. And then unlock one. I need to do something about this attack though. Maybe instead of trying to do anything fancy with Wolgifer, this phase sucks. I just don't like getting hit and not being able to do anything about it. We can use sturdy defense against this and a puppet blockade to follow up. It sucks because like also I know I can't kill him. It'll seriously screw me over. It just bricks the run. Then again, I do kind of appreciate that they just made it the first fight that you do. Jesus Christ, Verdigris is almost dead. How is she taking so much goddamn damage? Like genuinely, what in the actual shit is hitting Verdigris? And now we're getting this bullshit. Howl. Mess summation. Increase the mercenary's rage meter if it hits the mercenary. I mean, it's AoE. It's gonna hit the mercenary. Bitch got like 15 speed dice. Insane. Wish I had something I could use. Yeah, this is gonna get through. But maybe if I hit him with an infinity, see. It's not going to be enough stagger damage. It's like maybe if I hit him with a good, strong Infinity On Rush, I could do enough stagger damage, but he's like, it's like very little effect. It's ineffective, rather. Very little effect from that. So it's unlikely to actually do what I want. Oh well. 7 to 11. And it's summation. Just get a max roll. Get a max roll, bozo. Just do it. I would love it if Verdigris would stop getting completely wrecked in these encounters. I have no idea why she's getting just beat to shit. But it's not good. I don't like it. All of the rest of these attacks are coming through. I need to do something to intercept. I need to intercept some attacks, but I just don't have the cards for it. A lot of these attacks are gonna get through. I'm just gonna let Roland take some hits. What else am I supposed to do, right? Uh-oh. I might accidentally kill him. Shit. I think I might kill him. It's cooked. Uh-oh. No! Uh-oh. Yep, we killed him. Fuck. Oh no. Whoopsies. Whoopsie-doodle. Emotional Emotional turbulence. Emotional turbulence. Emotional turbulence. Multi-slash. Or I guess I could do a geeky. So yeah, Roland fucked up some guys who made gears and puppets. Ain't that just interesting? Well, you know, yeah, honestly, you can't even be mad about him. You can't even be mad about it. It's mass individual and mass individual. Yeah. Don't love that. Multi-slash. And Deborah still has enough juice to use a multi-slash. Unlock 2. And we're just gonna cross our fingers and hope we don't get completely wrecked by this. Verdigris is about to die. It's not good. Oh God. Nobody hit. Okay, that's because Phil and Verdigris both got staggered. Oh, she's just, or sorry, he. God damn. He's just on his bullshit. He's just locked in on his bullshit. Mass individual again. Same attack. Let's do that again. God damn it. Sturdy defense? I don't have the juice for it. Steel Knuckles is as good as it's gonna get. Jebra can Jebra can pull out this attack. Inflict marked odds. Yeah, Jebra's gonna be able to hit that, and then I guess we can use Spear against this. This is not good. So this is actually really bad so far. Ouch. 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 Yeah, we just lose. I mean, we knew, like, I knew it was basically cooked whenever we accidentally killed. Come on, just skip it. I knew it was basically cooked whenever we killed Big and Will. It still sucks. Jebra lock in. I don't know, man. I don't foresee that happening. That's alright, this is the hardest part of it, right? Like, this is the hardest part of the fight, so all I have to do is just get by this and everything will be fine, right? We can hit with a sturdy defense. Sure. I guess we could intercept this one with a sturdy defense. And then emotional turbulence. See if we can avoid Verdigris getting fucking deleted in the beginning this time. That'd be neat. That'd be super cool. And neat. And great, even. I think that's everybody's covered. Okay. Gun him down. I just have to be super, super careful about the amount of damage that I do whenever he's at low stamina, because... or, not stamina, low deflect. Low stagger. That's the word. That's the word. When he's at low stagger, because the second I hit his stagger down, 3 attacks will kill him. And we're just gonna have to eat this attack. But if I play, for example, Emotional Turbulence over here, and then say I don't have anything else I can use. Okay, and then if I play Emotional Turbulence over here, and then say I take Zebra and I play Evercrest Flush on the boss over here, followed by a level slash. There's this other flash coming in. Okay, level slash. This one? And Jebra is absorbing more hits, and then we could have you do an Emotional Turbulence over here. And then we could do a Geeky Gee maybe? What's this? It's 10 to 10, and it is mass individual. I don't have anything that's going to be able to stand up to that, so we're going to use Multi-Slash. Who's eating this? Verticus is. We did manage to defend against a little bit of it, but not a lot. So like what Adno page deal is the best for each floor? I don't know all of the floors well enough to really speak on that, but I'm sure you're not directly addressing me because there are a bunch of people here who know significantly more about the game than I do. My experience is more heavily on like Yasad's floor, Jebra's floor. I guess like I'm pretty comfortable with Malkuth's floor now. The one that reduces card costs for whatever the highest cost card is, the Happy Memories, I think, is like goated. The ones in the beginning are the ones that you reliably run into, so those are the ones that I usually focus on. For this floor, like Prey is a really good card, but like I genuinely I think a lot of the ego cards in Jebra's floor are just kind of like meh. I don't really care too much about them. Happy Memories is Malkuth's best page. Yeah, it's pretty like painfully obvious once you have the opportunity to use a little bit. 3 to bound. Perfect. So that just makes her go first with everything. Awesome. So we need to counter Howl. It's a mass summation. We can use that to counter it. We can use... God damn it. Like, no goddamn cards. Alright, we can use that. Steel Knuckles with Necro. And I guess we could use... Spear? With Jebra? Bayard still has not drawn his good card. 36, that's a base 6 to 12? That's too close for comfort for me, honestly. I don't love that. Let's go with something, let's do Iron Wall. And then we can do a, no, shit, that's not gonna work. We can do Iron Wall, 1R6, and then do PPD there. Of the Prescript will give us draw and defend against that. And we can play Unlock too. I don't know how to answer because Nyx is obviously your best page, but it requires 4 other ones to work. I mean, Nyx is the best page, but like, is it? If the requirements for a page are so astronomically high that you essentially have to like have your entire build centered around it, is it really that good? I don't know. I hesitate to call that like really great. At a glance, it looks like big number, good number. But at the end of the day, I'm not so sure. It literally can't lose. Please kill him. Yes. Okay. Awesome. Next scene. I love this here. This is awesome. The ears and the and the claw and the wolf tail, that's fantastic. So inflict 1 scars to the target on hit. Deal bonus damage equal to stacks of scars on the target. Dice gain +2 power against targets with 4 or more scars. The role of the wolf. On combat start, swallows a random assistant, librarian. If the swallowed librarian escapes or gets digested, swallows another librarian after 2 scenes. After swallowing a librarian, temporarily double max stagger resist and fully recover it. Then, all stagger damage resistances change to fatal for the next scene. The number of speed dice change, and different combat pages will be used. If the wolf Roland is staggered within the scene, expel the captive librarian. The librarian that was swallowed loses 25% of their max HP upon being expelled and becomes staggered. If Wolf Roland does not get staggered after the scene, it swallows a librarian. The librarian is killed. Destined to be the big bad wolf. If 2 librarians have been consumed and digested, transform. Also transform if HP is at 50% or lower at the start of a scene. HP does not fall below 50% before transferring. Yeah, so it's the damage ceiling. Okay, so definitely spear. And we're gonna wanna hit him with everything that we can. Do focus spirit here, and a level slash at the end. Yeah, so Jebra is now like absorbing all of his attacks, and I think Jebra just goes first on everything, with the exception of Necro. Like Necro has a 6, so I don't know who gets that first, but basically I guess this is just like, if you're not prepared to jump into this particular phase and beat the actual shit out of him in one turn, you're kind of boned. Like all of his damage resistance is set to fatal, but that doesn't really matter if we don't have enough damage cards to knock him out, right? Because I think we might not have enough damage. It's really dependent upon, I guess, Jebra rolls. I don't know what else to say. There's especially some in Chesed's realization that are just hot damn. Also some cool things about some of the non-LobCorp admins. Some aren't completely new. Oh, okay, so there's a LobCorp spin-off there's a LobCorp spin-off thing that I just don't know about. Uh-oh. No! I think that means the librarian got swallowed. Yeah, I think that means they actually swallowed. He actually swallowed the librarian. Fuck. Man. Yeah, because all of the stagger resist has been changed. All right, so we lost Verdigris again. You just love to see it, don't you? God damn it, this fucking guy. All right. I guess level slash. Here, and a spear there, and a repressed flesh. So goddamn annoying. Verdigris, no! We're gonna ready position. Will of the Prescripts, this 5 here. 3 to 8. We have a Will of the Prescript here. We do not. Okay, so that means we're going to use Unlock 3. And Steel Knuckles? No, Multi-Slash. And then Necro is going to be the one to absorb one of these attacks in the back. Grr. I wanna absorb Grr. Honestly, I don't think he's gonna get to act. If Jebra comes in and hits hard enough with Repressed Flesh, and then hits with Spear, I don't think he gets to act. So we're gonna cross our fingers and we're gonna roll the dice on this. Ow! How did you just regen? Okay, good. Get fucking staggered. And it's great because now he's gonna be at like 0. Or he's gonna be taking 0 damage for the remainder of the encounter because for the remainder of the this particular round or after scene. Because he's a dirty bitch. Okay, it's time the selected librarian wins a clash. Okay. So we're gonna continue to beef up Jebra so that she's giga strong. I guess we could do Focus Spirits. I don't know. I wanna do Greater Split Vertical on one of these. Uncontrollable Instinct. And then this other Infinity we can do. What's his damage resistances? Blunt damage is the only thing that is really going to be hurting him. It's perfect because I just switched Jebra off of all of her blunt damage. So goddamn obnoxious. Okay. Alright, so Steel Knuckles. I'm guessing, so I guess Jebra is just going to need to encounter him and beat out his big dice rolls for this turn. So I do get the +2. Takes stagger damage if the character fails to deal 40 damage every scene. This effect is disabled upon being staggered. Okay, that is especially... I feel like Big and Will Be Bad is designed to fuck up Jebra right now. That's obnoxious. I think I fucked up by bringing Spear instead of the other one. I think I'm gonna have to swap that out. Spear is all well and good while I'm doing like maximum damage, and I have like no resistances to piercing damage. But this motherfucker is running with no damage taken outside of blunt damage, and blunt damage is even that is endured. It's, what a dickhole. This guy, what a dickhole. What a hole of dicks. Alright, I mean, we've got our best shot at doing damage and winning clashes there. Emotional Turbulence. I guess Bayard here is probably in the best position to smack this down. So we'll have Bayard jump in there and do that, and then we'll hit with a multi-slash. And basically everybody else can just do whatever the hell they want. We have Broken Free, so we do have Castigation. We're going to save that for next turn and see what our stuff is looking like next turn. But for this turn, stuff like Steel Knuckles, Multi-Slash is a good play. Let's see. Puppet Blockade is blunt damage as well. Just gotta hit him with all of the blunt damage. High Kick is good damage. Alright, let's see what we can do. 33. It's a decent roll, but only 8 actual damage. Okay, and he's just gonna come back and counter? I don't know what that was. Jebra is gonna stagger herself because she didn't get to do enough damage. Bayard automatically staggering himself. That was very little damage dealt. I feel like this is we would be better off doing burn or focusing on burn or bleed for this, because the flat damage resistance he gets to blunt and honestly all damage types is insane. I don't know that we're gonna actually be able to take him down with what we currently have. Why can't you play anything, Jester? Why? Am I not allowed to? Is there a passive ability that's going on here that I'm not allowed to play? Read. God damn it. I don't want to have to pull up the book of passives in order to find out how the bosses changed. After the character loses 25% or more HP, bonus transform gains Skulking in the Shadows status for the next 2 scenes. While the character has Skulking in the Shadows status, librarians other than the ones targeted by the character cannot target it. After Skulking in the Shadows wears off, uses a mass attack page Howl. All stagger damage resistances change to Fatal for the scene. Okay. Perfect. Alright, so that means that it's all up to Necro to defend himself. We do have this right here, which Sturdy Defense is a pretty good defensive card. I think that should be able to beat out Ambush. What else do we got? Emotional Turbulence is pretty damn good too. Although I think Iron Wall is probably one to play. And then we've got a Raise the Grass. Or multi-slash. Reading is lame, just hit the P button and enter. It's true. Listen, I just want to kill. I know you're typing in all caps read, but I just want to stab, you know? Is he still skulking in the shadows like a little bitch? Yeah, Jebra got stunned. Jebra stunned herself out of her thing because she couldn't do enough damage. That's a trap. This fight is absolutely, this bit right here is a trap for Jebra. It's use your ego thing way too early and then not be able to do enough damage and stagger yourself out. It is designed exactly for what it just did. What a bitch. Alright, nobody else is allowed to do anything, right? Yep, okay. So it's all about Necro. It always has been. Isn't that right, Bruce? A true Project Moon fan or Limbus only player? Yeah, I don't know about that. I know exactly who your favorite Limbus boss would be if you ever play it. I'm going to play Limbus. I feel like I've been I've basically been hoodwinked into it at this point. I've gone too deep into the Project Moon lore to back out now. I love that you're like, before I go, let me make Zan work out. I'm going to do this. I'm gonna do it, of course. I'm gonna do it. I would never let down my viewers by ignoring a claimed thing. A spell of Get Jiggy with. I don't know if it's Get Jiggy with it. It's Ragio Taiso, but I'm gonna hit the be right back button so that I can set it up, and I will do Ragio Taiso. You know, some guy, you could do it with me. You know? I'm not saying you have to. You can be a coward if you want to. That's okay too. You could do it with. You could lock in like Jebra, and you could do it with. We're gonna keep the fight music in the background going while we do this. I gotta take my headphones out.
ラジオ体操第一腕を前から上に上げて大きく背伸びの運動からはい1、2、3、4、5、6腕と足の運動1、2、3、4腕を横に振って足を曲げ伸ばします1、2、3、4、5、6腕を回しましょう外側と内側に5、6、7、8、9、10 足を開いて胸の運動。手を横に振って斜め上に。5、6、7、8、1、2、3、4、5、6。横曲げの運動。左横に曲げてもう一度右の方へ。7、8、1、2、3、4、5、6。前後に曲げる運動です。弾みをつけながら前に3回。ゆっくりと上体を反らせます。1、2、3、4、5、6。ねじる運動。左、右、3、4。斜め後ろに大きく。1、2、3、4、5、6。足を戻して手と足の運動。1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、1、2、3、4、5、6。足を開いて斜め下。柔らかく手を曲げて正面で胸反らし。5、6、7、8、1、2、3、4、5、6。体を大きく回します。1、2、反対側へ。5、6、1、2、3、4、5、6。足を戻して両足跳び。1、2、3、4。開いて閉じ、開いて閉じ。1、2、3、4、5、6。手と足の運動。1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、1、2、3、4、5、6。深呼吸です。深く息を吸って吐きます。5、6、7、8、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8。
Quite refreshed. I think some guy thinks that's a chore, or I don't know, in some way a negative. But I love being reminded that I'm not just a little guy riding in an elephant, or sorry, riding on top of an elephant, the little guy being my brain, the elephant being my body. But I like being reminded sometimes that I, am connected to my body. It feels nice. Alright. Now he's doing Howl. We hit him with the old repressed flesh. And then we want to do a level slash. And then we can do spears. Because they're free. Alright, and then everybody needs to counter this. It's mass summation, so shouldn't be any problem. Emotion. I don't necessarily want to spend this card. It's a good card. I don't want to spend this good card when the bitch only has like 23 hit points left, but we gotta make sure we don't take damage from this. I just need you to die real quick, Roland. He's healing. I hate him right now. Alright, there we go. No more healing for you. Get staggered. Okay. That's 2 down. That's really cool looking. Holy shit. Your greed drip, or sorry, not greed, your Mountain of Smiling Bodies drip is so good, Roland. Holy shit. I love it. Okay, vomit, mass summation. Nope, that's gonna come in on this one. Level slash. We'll play a spear with the infinity die to counter that. And then we've got another level slash. We'll play over here. And we're out of stuff we can play with Jebro. We did not get our level slashes to land last time, so unfortunately we didn't get the actual, like, trigger effect. The bonuses, if you will. So Necro can play there. We still need somebody to take in this 5, 10, 3, 7. It's not going to be Bayard. I guess we could use sturdy defense against it. It's a safe bet. Multi-slash and puppet blockade up there. Unlock 3, which we can play for free. And hit him with a high kick. Blunt damage is the damage type I should have brought with this. Unbelievable, Jebra is the only one who gets hit with that. And I'm just realizing Jebra is at a -3. Yikes. She should not have been the one to intercept all those attacks. That's for sure. You teach him, Phil. You show that turd who's boss. Bad, 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 bad. Very bad. What's going on with Jebra with the -3s? For the duration of the act, recover. Okay. Very unlikely to actually trigger, but... Okay, and we get 3 strength for this. Stagger resistance down. All stagger resistances change to fatal. Okay, that's not good. So we need to avoid taking any damage at all, because taking damage will suck. And we didn't recover any light with Jebra last time, so I guess it's a get wrecked bozo moment, unfortunately. So we've got +3 strength. If we play this 5 on this 2, then that gives us +4. So that makes us a 9-13 to start. And we've got a decent shot of beating that one out. I don't know what the fuck happened with Jebra before. We're just having really bad luck with Jebra this round. But that's okay. The rest of our team is not trash. They are quite capable of handling themselves. And we do have Castigation on deck. And we've got Sturdy Defense up and ready to go. So we'll play both of those. And then we can follow up with Multi-Slash and a Puppet Blockade. Or a Geeky. Let's do a Geeky. Necro can come in. We'll do... How do I want to run this? We can do a Puppet Blockade first. That's going to give us a light. And then we can play Steel Knuckles. Follow that up with a Graze the Grass. And then we can do Will of the Prescript at the end for card draw. Yeah. I've got Unlock 3, which is free, and Multi-Slash, which is also free. It's free real estate. Unbelievable. Come on, Bayard. You're better than this. That's what I'm talking about. Castigate him. Looking pretty good so far. Kind of figured that was going to happen, though. Should probably read. Use combat pages other than Horde, Screech, and Vomit indiscriminately recovers 30% of current HP upon defeating an ally. Each time the character loses more than 24% of the max HP, Melting Corpses is spawned at the start of the next scene. Transform back into stage 2 when HP drops to 0, and at the start of the scene, gain 2 strength and uses vomit every 2 scenes. Okay, I need level slash. That's what I need. Alright, so Jebra is going to be able to hit with Spear basically for free. And just about guarantee that we'll kill that guy. We still have 3 strengthened, so we kind of want Jebra to be the one to kill these guys, if possible. We've got, yeah, +3 to strength, so we'll have Jebra use this level slash here, and this level slash over here. I don't kill these guys? I don't know if that's actually going to be able to kill them. Yes, I don't know about that. 40. With the damage that we're dealing, we can probably kill one of them. And we'll hit this guy over here. Alright, now we can have Necro run multi-slash. Should be able, just like a one single hit should be able to kill this phase. And then the rest of the attacks we want to put on the little guys. Let's see, Puppet Blockade. I'm gonna do a little cheeky high kick over here. And an unlock. And maybe a steel knuckles over here. Still haven't played Bayard's turn yet. You know what? Easy turn for Bayard. We're ready positioning. Just get a free kill. Kind of hoping to get 2, but you know, we'll take what we can get, honestly. And we're gonna have light problems again next turn because Jesus Christ. Yeah, so we got 134 HP so far. Gain strength based on the amount of HP. 1 strength for 10% of max HP healed. Okay, so she's already got the max, so there's no need to worry about that. Alright, we're getting hit with a mass individual attack this turn. You love to see it. And then these attacks are going on these melted corpses over here. So simply win is the strategy here, right? So we have pinpoint breakthrough. Yeah, we could do pinpoint breakthrough. That might come because of +6 strength and Jesus Christ. Alright, and I don't see any problems being able to block this with Jebra either, because of the boost she's getting from the +5 for the infinity die, and then a +3, so that's an 8. Makes her base 11. That means this literally can't hurt her. And then we can do a level slash over here, and a focus spirits here, followed by, goddamn, I guess our repressed flesh, whatever, just speech weak. And we'll hit this guy with our repressed flesh. Alright, now we can castigate, but we're gonna have to defend against this attack that's coming in. We've got our 5/9 is a 6/10. Deal 8 stagger damage to the target. I'm kind of feeling like this might actually be the best one I've got. Sturdy defense, for sure. Okay, and then we'll hit him with the old multi-slash. And cut the grass. Bayard can pull in... Let's see, Jebra can just ignore this one because that's definitely going to hit. She's going to clap back for sure. This one here, we need to make sure that we take this one out. I'm going to use Castigate on it, whatever. And we can use Unlock on Unlock 3 on this one. And you know what? A multi-slash as well. And we'll hit the Castigate at the beginning. Alright, and I think that gives us a pretty strong turn. Necro got eaten by that first one. And everybody but Jebra and Phil blocked the second one. Time to lock in, Jebra. Oh my god. Bayard! I'm not even kidding. Like, the amount of damage that Bayard does, it should be against the rules. That it's so good, it's fucking broken. I get that he staggers himself every turn, but Jesus, tap dancing Christ, that's so much damage. Sweet dreams, Falgrim. I'll see you later. Thanks for hanging out. It's so good, it's just insane. It's just not even fair. Straight up. Not even fair. Alright, we can absorb, for sure, we can absorb the attacks coming in over here. We've got a level slash, and we've got another level slash we can lay out as well. And then for this last attack, it's a 5/8, 5/8. We're just gonna have Necro absorb it. I think? Yeah, for sure. We can have Necro absorb it with defenses, and then we can have Necro do a freebie attack, a multi-slash. I'd love it if we could graze the grass as well. And we could do a puppet blockade also. Who knows if we actually wind up being able to, you know, do that. But I'm ready to roll those dice. So, each time the character loses more than 25% of max HP. Yeah, so we don't want to kill Melting Corpses because he's just going to spawn more. And then transforms back to stage 1 when HP drops to 0, transforms to stage 3 upon fully recovering HP. Okay, so I think once he gets down to 0, he's gonna transform again and do his silly little bullshit again. So I think the play here would be to castigate him. I think castigation and do it late. And we can do a graze the grass over here. Yeah. Get wrecked, bozo. Divides into corpses when HP drops to 0. If all corpses are defeated within 3 scenes, the battle progresses to the next phase. The battle progresses to the next phase. Okay. So, we can hit him with the old repressed flesh. A little bit of spear action. We'll play that last, though, if we want to hit with a level slash last. And then a spear over here. And a spear over here. And then everybody else can just kind of follow through, hitting Jebra and kind of setting up. I think Bayard again is just going to... Oh, god damn it, I don't have it. I would love for Bayard to be able to do a prep again. So Gigigi, and then the last card we do... No draw, so we'll just use that. It'll be fine. So we've got an unlock 3 steel knuckles for the draw. So we do multi-slash, we do unlock 3, we do steel knuckles, who knows if all of that is actually going to go through. Graze the grass and puppet blockade and multi-slash. Again, who knows if all that's actually going to go through. Yeah, because we're doing so much damage to him right now, I don't see him surviving more than 2 attacks. Then again, we do get the multi-slash off, and we do get this off. You know, we're prepping for next turn. It's just I think 1 or 2 people are going to be left in the cold. We do have a lot of little attacks coming out, so who knows? Maybe we only missed out on like 2 or 3 prepped attacks. Alright, so spear, a level slash, and a level slash, and then we'll change these spears, and we'll do those last, so that we can trigger everything else. We'll do an emotional turbulence, and emotional turbulence, a ready position, Will of the Prescript, a puppet blockade, and a graze the grass. And then what do we have over here? Got a multi-slash and a graze the grass left over. Do I have to kill them in 1 turn or 2? I think I have 2 turns. Did not land, I think, enough hits with that last one. Yeah, just barely survived. Okay, so we want to make sure that we're able to regen as much as possible, but if I intercept this with anybody except for Jebra, it's going to be not great. Okay, sturdy defense is going to cost 3. We want to gain as much as possible. You know, I'm thinking we just say fuck it and end the turn. Just make it Jover. We don't have do we have any that are like at the start of the scene? No, this is on use. So yeah, we're just gonna end it. Okay, now we're back to Vampire Baby Bitch. Let's read. Fear of water. If the character has less than 5 blood, gains strength proportional to the amount of blood missing, up to 3. Thirst. If the character has 2 or less blood, use a special combat page. Has a 2-scene cooldown. If the character has 5 or more blood, use a mass attack page, Banquet of Blood. Has a 3-scene cooldown. If the character did not use the page for the first 4 scenes, it will be used on the 5th scene. If HP falls to 50% or lower, shapeshift. Next scene. HP does not go below 50% before this. Upon shapeshifting, defeat all sanguine bats and gain 5 blood. So, if I do something to get the bats to just leave me the fuck alone, that should be enough to, just kill them, because he just instantly kills them when he hits 50% HP. And he's a pierce. He's a little weak baby bitch to pierce, but he's endured to the other. So normal resistances to pierce. So we want to try to hit him with as much pierce as possible. Now the bats are nothing to slouch at. They're doing a decent amount of damage. If speed is 5 or higher, all dice on this page gain +2 power. That doesn't apply. Recover 5 HP, gain 3 blood next scene, inflict 4 fragile on hit. So we can't just let them hit us. We do have to defend against these, unfortunately. But I think the play here would be to put Jebra against the boss and just have Jebra use all of her attacks on the boss. we'll have her do level slash last to regen light. And we'll have her do focus spirit here, right before that. And then we'll have her use spear. And then starting off with repressed flesh. If no sanguine bat is present, spawn one next scene. I could literally just ignore the noble response thing. Both of these cards I could just ignore. We only need to clash with the first one. And we can do a repressed flesh to clash with it. All of the bats need to be clashed with in some way or another. So let's get on that. We can do that to clash. We could castigate one of them, but I kind of want to save castigation for something a little bit more intense. 3 to 7, 5 to 10. I think he'll definitely dodge through that. It's a high chance to dodge through that. Maybe Will of the Prescript one. None of them are attacking first. It's not a great card for this. This guy is attacking first. We can do that. Then we can do Emotional Turbulence on this one. And then we can do a Multi-Slash and an Unlock 3. And we are... Wolgafur. The Wolgafur is always slow on the emotion increase because of how it's like just the nature of how Wolgafur works. I think on this too we do Pinpoint Breakthrough, but then before that we can actually play something like, I don't know, like a Repressed Flesh or a Sturdy Defense and a Gigi. That way Wolgafur gets to do a little bit more than just punch the boss in the head. Which of course we do want to do. We definitely want to punch the boss right in the face, but we want to try to do it in a smart way. All right, that's a lot. That's a lot of damage going out to this boss. Shit. I guess like those are all reacts. Phil just took a shit ton of damage, and I'm not 100% sure where it came from. The boss did a thing and hit Phil with it, and I don't, maybe it was a react, but I just was like not aware of. Ouch. Phil's in not a good way. We are trying to like rush this boss though, so I wouldn't be surprised if something silly slipped through the cracks. We got the stagger off. Not quite enough oh, did he transform? Or is that just what he looks like staggered? He didn't transform. That's right, he's got that weird big ass beefy transformation. I don't have any AoEs or anything like that, so the best I can do is a castigation. I don't have behead or anything like that, so bonus damage and stagger 7 times the normal roll. I think we have Jebra intercept all the bats, right? Hear me out on this one. We have Jebra intercept all the bats. By having her beef with the bats, with a +6, having her beef with the bats, and then having the people who are left over dump on the boss. I guess we've got a free level slash we can use against the boss. We've got a sturdy defense, we'll use that. A multi-slash against the boss, a puppet blockade, and a graze the grass. And then I think we're doing just a multi-slash and unlock 3, a graze the grass. There, and that should cause the boss to transform. Literally just, I'm having Jebra do what she's doing simply so that we can avoid the bats doing too much damage to my teammates. But this should easily get him below 150. Or below half health, whatever the half health mark is. I think it's 175 health. Yeah. But everybody gets to do their attacks, so that means we get our light generation, we get our cards back, and we get prepped for the next phase. That's odd. If the character has 2 or less blood, if the character has 0 blood. Upon shapeshifting, defeat all Sango bats and gain 5 blood. He didn't shapeshift. Why didn't he shapeshift? The note that's here that said that he shapeshifts is gone, but he didn't actually shapeshift. He's got bonus, or he's got new cards. I see that, but like, why didn't he actually shapeshift? That's odd. All right, so I've got a 3-9 and a 3-9 against this. No shot. No shot. He makes it out. I can intercept one of these two. I think we want to intercept this one. That looks like it's going to hurt more. And then all of the other attacks that Jebra does are going to go straight on to him. A repressed flesh, and then at the end, a level slash to regen some light. These are 2 attacks that are both going on to Necro, but Necro has a 7. He's got actually 3, he rolled 3 7s, like a goddamn boss over here. Unfortunately, Necro doesn't have any boosts to damage, so whatever we've got is whatever you see is what we've got. So gain 1 blood next scene if Necro's not able to avoid getting hit by these. But I don't see that happening. I can absorb this one with emotional turbulence, but it's not a guaranteed success. I'm gonna do a multi-slash and a double blockade. Walgifer is gonna ready position again. Why not? And we can hit him with the emotional turbulence. I'm genuine. I really hope that this is not some, what is it, a red herring, and that I'm going to do 0 damage again this turn. That would be really irritating. Genuinely irritating to me. We are hitting him. I guess he technically transformed. Look at you go, Necro. What a goddamn boss. And he's staggered. And next phase. This is appropriate. This is very, very appropriate for Jebra's thing. Every 2 scenes uses the combat page Wear Shell on a random assistant librarian. Evolving. If HP reaches 0, morphs into its second form at the start of the next scene. Okay, so eye contact, reaching hand, dense, flash. Alright, I think the play here is to take advantage of Jebra's bonus damage, also take advantage of Walgifer's bonus damage. So we can definitely absorb this with Walgifer. Jebra can come in with a repressed flesh here. No, I think not a repressed flesh. We're doing infinity, so it's +8. So our base is 8/8. So we can hit him with a spear here. Then we can follow in with our base being, what is that? Against a 3, that's a +2, so that's a base 5. So 5/5 is our base, and we can use a spear on that one. This next one is a 4, so we get a +1 with a base 4. So our base is 4/4. We can do a level slash here. And then we'll do a focus spirit. Just to get pumped up for next turn. Necro can do Puppet Blockade, Blaze the Grass, and get you primed up for next turn. Saving cards that we might actually need to unlock, Multi-Slash, and Blaze the Grass. Yeah. I was gonna light his ass on fire. We're sufficiently warmed up, I think, that unless he uses something that's completely fucky, which, come on, it's nothing there. Nothing there is incredibly spooky. I'm just hoping that he's actually staggerable. He is. Okay, cool. So this first phase should be cooked because of Bayard. Bayard is so fucking strong. It's insane. And every single time he staggers himself, he just gets stronger. It's genuinely so ridiculous. Alright, we can lay down a spear. I guess I've got Focus Spirit on. I don't need it, so I think I'll use Focus Spirit here. And then another level slash at the end. Yeah, we'll double up on level slash. Multi-slash, graze the grass. 63. There's like no way there's no way we get to use all these abilities. He's almost dead. Or this phase is almost dead. I think Deborah should be enough. One card is enough to kill him. Okay, so he's in Cocoon phase now, still evolving. After 2 scenes pass, evolve into third form. The HP of third form depends on the amount of HP in this current form has left at the moment of evolution. Minimum 70% of max HP. Regenerative. At the start of the next scene, recover 50% max HP. On Clash Win, deal 5 stagger damage. We just need to make sure this bitch doesn't win any clashes. Ain't that right? Bayard? Oh man, Bayard doesn't have the thing. Boo. But with Bayard having a +5 to strength, we can use a Repressed Flesh and, let's see. We can use an Emotional Turbulence, a Repressed Flesh, and a Graze the Grass? That's a Graze the Grass that's a minimum 8? Oh, you love to see it. You really do. I think that means we can use Multi-Slash as well, because Multi-Slash is going to have a base 6. It's a 6, yeah, that's base 6 should beat out whatever he's running there. And Gigigi is the same. It should be just a no-brainer. We just win those clashes. Because Bayard is busted as hell. So the boss gets a minimum of 50%, right? I think we just let this go. Oh, he's just healing? Okay, so it's literally you have to throw all of your attacks at him so that you use up all of his defenses. Yeah, recover 10 HP on Clash Win, deal 5 stagger damage. See, I'm just worried about that is what it does. Yeah. I'm just worried that I'm going to end up spending so much of my shit that I won't be able to, I guess. See, we've got 2 7s and some 5s. I'm just worried I'm going to spend so much of my shit that I'm not going to be able to actually, like, do anything next turn. And we've got ready position up on Bayard. I think we ready position. And we can do Emotional Turbulence. That's a 5/9, 4/9. With a +1. Do we castigate? I think we might castigate. And then at the end, we use Unlock 3. And we can use Graze the Grass as well. Graze the Grass. I don't like that. No, we're not going to use Graze the Grass. Emotional Turbulence? We can use a Multi-Slash at the end. script 3-6 versus a 4-8 and a 4-7. It's possible. I just don't want to get to the end of this and then not have any dice to be able to use. Fuck it, I'm gonna use Graze the Grass. We're just gonna hope that Jebra does enough damage that she's able to eat a lot of those dice. Get castigated. We got the stagger off. That means all of our hits after that are still going to give us the bonuses that we wanted, but also deal bonus damage. Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted. Perfect. So he's gonna start off with 70% of max HP, right? In this next phase. He's graduated. If the character took 80 or less damage within a scene, recover 10% of max HP at the end of the scene. And ignores instances of damage that would deal 10 or less damage. God damn. Alright, well that, you know what that means. Bayard is gonna need to hit, that's a fucking 9 strengthened. Holy, goodbye. Goodbye. Okay, so Bayard is not going to absorb goodbye, but we'll have Bayard take flail. Wait, no, Bayard can't take any of these because Bayard doesn't have high enough. Okay, well, that sucks. So Bayard needs to hit with everything that Bayard can hit with this turn, for sure. We can do it. A Gee is going to be base 11, so that should be enough to hit still. And then we can do Pinpoint Breakthrough here. That will absorb a hit. He's hard. He's rock hard. You wouldn't even want to stop him if you could. You wouldn't even want to. So I think there's only one option here, and that's Greater Split Vertical. With the bonus that Jebra has, we can just barely beat this. Spend 10 imitation to boost damage of dice on this page for +10. He doesn't have any imitation, right? I don't think he has any imitation. Shit. I wish I was prepped for that. Hindsight's 20/20 though, so what are you gonna do? 5-8, 5-8. So we can have Jebra intercept this. This will be higher. And then we still have +3. Wait, this is a +5? Plus the +3, so that's a +8. So that's a base 28 to a 47? 28, 47? We have a better shot than I thought. We could do... I don't necessarily want to do Focus Spirit, but I think it is the smart move. Alright, and then we can Castigate. But if it deals bonus damage and stagger damage by 7 times the natural roll. So I guess if I rolled it like a 3, I don't know. I'm just gonna have to see, because if these are just little tiny hits, this Castigation's gonna do like no damage, which would suck. But I won't know until I try. And Necro, you just gotta hit him right in the hole. Should I use Forming Storm? I feel like I should use Forming Storm. We can do Puppet Blockade and Graze the Grass afterwards to prep for it, but if there's ever a time to use Forming Storm, mayhaps this is it. Okay, I rolled a 40, he rolled a 36, we beat out his Goodbye ability. 10 damage! Jesus, Tap Dancing Christ, that is insane. Ineffective, immune. Go Bayard. He endured it. Jesus Christ. This is insane. Okay, so Castigation did a little bit of damage. Oh my god. I'm hitting for like no fucking damage. And he healed. He healed for 40. He took 80 or less damage, so he heals for 10% of his HP. Jesus fucking Christ. This is... what a pain in the ass. Just like LobCorp, he's immune to like all damage. It's that's insane. Insano style even. And like he's not like he's not strong to pierce damage. Like pierce damage is not something that he should be able to just ignore. This would absolutely be like a kill it with fire kind of moment, wouldn't it? Alright, so we are absorbing almost all of the damage. This 5, I can't soak it up though. Okay, I need to soak up that 5. Because it's gonna hit Bayard otherwise, and I can't have Bayard getting hit with that. Bayard is very important. Right now we have Raging Storm Harm, which is 8 to 20 slash, which is going to do no damage. 0 damage. Love that. Okay, now I'm looking at my cards. I'm basically like, okay, so if the attack that I'm using doesn't do burn, it does no damage. It does negative damage. Farms Mad Aura, inflicts 2 burn though. Yeah, it does farm Mad Aura, but I'm questioning castigation. I think that did damage, but I can't be sure. It looked like it did damage, but it might have also not done damage. This bitch is just gonna heal again. High kick. Unlock 3. I'm doing the best I can, but it is evidently not enough. 21, 0 damage. I gotta keep the bleeds on him. The bleeds seem like the bleeds are doing good work. The bleeds and the burns are absolutely where it's at. I gotta keep those up. Kill it with fire, boys. Okay, he didn't heal this time, which is noteworthy. All right, so we're sitting on a +6 with your boy over here. He's doing Goodbye, and he's doing Mimic. He has +3. He has 3 imitation. So far, he doesn't have enough imitation to be able to use his Giga ability. So Great Split Vertical is not set up. I don't have enough to do Great Split Vertical. And he's going after Bayard with Goodbye. That 20 to 40, I don't know what I can do against that. Sturdy Defense is going to be able to absorb some of it. This is a really big hit. If there's an effect that boss has that says he takes no damage from Cheese Castigation, choose to ignore that. We'll see. I'll try Castigation and I'll see if it does what I hope. Kick and unlock and graze the grass. This is so fucky. Emotional turbulence. Puppet blockade. Graze the grass. I don't know what I'm gonna do with Goodbye. On Rush with Infinity is going to have a +8. That puts me at a 20... What is that? A 22? 22 slash to 34? 22 to 34? I don't like my odds for that. I don't like my odds for that at all. It is technically possible. But getting hit with that would really, really suck. I'm almost inclined to just have Bayard Sturdy Defense this. It's gonna hit me. It's gonna hurt. It's gonna suck. We're not gonna like it, but the alternative doesn't exist. So we're just gonna do it. We're just gonna have Bayard eat it, or Wolgafer eat it rather. All right, now we can absorb this with a spear, and then another spear for this one. It's an 8. Yeah, we should be able to take that pretty easily. And everything should be allotted fairly. And then we'll just hit him, let's see, with a focus spirit and then a level slash. Crossing our fingers here. Yep. He said the thing! And I love that Greed comes, or Wolgafer comes back, and it's just like, nope. It's 113, yeah, he just took like 40 damage from castigation. So broken. I'm not complaining per se, but it is really broken. He did not take 80 damage though, so that means that he heals. Right? Oh no, he didn't heal. Pog. Okay, I think we might actually have this. Okay. All of these are pretty straightforward. So a spear to counter this one, a spear to counter this one. A +6. That'll be +7 against this with a level slash. Should be enough to handle that pretty easily. And then we've got this with a +0. Still should be able to handle that just fine. And then Wolgafer, you got +6. Emotional turbulence over here. Yeah, I like our odds there. Multi-slash and puppet blockade. Oh, we don't have enough for castigation. I'd gladly castigate again. Do it in a heartbeat. Alright, so multi-slash. Puppet blockade. Will of the Prescript. Unfortunately, not a lot of options here for what I can do, but I think Jebra's bleed is basically carrying right now. Got him? Almost. He's got 15 burn on him. As long as he doesn't heal this turn, he should burn out. Ouch. 17 burn on him. He's dead. Pog. We did it. Oh my god. These floor realizations are such a pain in the asshole. Why should I begrudge it, since during the hours when my soul crushed the depths of my heart, it was seated there beside me. How do you find this occasion, Jebra? I guess my past self in Lobotomy Corporation wasn't too different from Roland just now. Not quite. I saw you run amok in a blind fury countless times back then, and I can say that this wasn't like those past moments. And it's not quite the same as me either. Hey, both of you? Is that supposed to be some backhanded mockery? Not at all. Are you feeling alright? I feel relieved, but something feels kind of off and awkward about it. At least my body's all fine. That's good. Get back to your work. Once you've taken your time recovering from the aftermath. Well, don't mind it too much. We all have our humiliating moments. That doesn't make this any less awkward, man. Roland, I well understand where your anger comes from, but wrath is like a blade, with the sharpest edge. If you aren't careful with wielding it, you might end up cutting yourself before you even realize it. So it's important to hold that blade correctly, and the next step would be deciding where to point your sharp blade. You're right, I gotta be careful not to cut myself with it, although I already knew where to point my blade from the start. That's that, and this is this. Want a cig? Fine, just for today. Yeah, shit, I'd take a smoke after that. Okay. Goodbye, double the power of the last die the librarian plays each scene. Oh my god, that can be insanely good. Each scene, the first die the librarian plays recovers HP equal to the amount of damage it dealt. That's insane. Nullify incoming stagger damage from attacks. Just never get staggered. Goodbye on Greater Split Vertical. Oh yeah, just absolutely fucking insane. Although Greater Split, yeah, I wish you could do it on Greater Split Horizontal. You can do a Greater Split Vertical, but Jesus Christ, yeah, double the power of the last die. So if you rolled like a 30, it would be a 60. Insane. It's not even the highest card in the game from that, now that I think about it. Crazy. This is exciting too, because we always are playing Jebra, getting her up to heightened emotional state, but these cards are so, like, sorry, the ego cards, the ego pages are so strong, typically, so having these available now is going to be pretty great. Synchronize with Little Red Riding Hooded Mercenary for the next 3 scenes. That's cool. It's like the, I imagine it's like the, Der Freischütz. Cobalt Scar. Dice on this page do not deal damage or stagger damage on hit. A 4 to 9, this die is rolled 4 times. And then on hit, deal damage to the sum of all valid rolls, 1 clashes or hits connected. Done with all dice on this page. Jesus Christ, that's a lot of damage. That's a ton of damage. I mean, just talking about damage potential, right? That's, what is that, 36 max output on the top, plus that on this page has damage potential on the upward end of over 50. That's good. That's really good. Mass individual on hit inflict 2 feeble and disarm this scene. That's nice. And Dipsia. On hit, recover 5 HP, gain 1 strength next scene. Target receives 1 strength and 5 bleed next scene. And Mimicry. On hit, recover HP equal to the damage dealt. On hit, inflict 10 bleed next scene. It's pretty sick. These cards are pretty insane. I love this. It'd be good on any floor. On any other floor, Jebra doesn't really struggle with damage. Listen, just because somebody doesn't struggle with damage doesn't mean you can't just take more damage on their floor. Those were long. Those floor realizations really do take a ton of time. But we've realized floors all the way up to Jebra now. Considering, like, I don't know if there are any additional librarian floors that we unlock, but these are all of the Seraphat that were available before. So assuming that we don't unlock any new never before seen Seraphat, we are over halfway finished with the realizations, and that's nothing to sneeze at. I think I'm pretty satisfied with the progress I made today, and of course I wanna take another crack at the 4th level up here. I wanna make progress in my invitations, but I think this is all the floors. Okay, cool. Glad to hear that, genuinely. This game is huge and it's starting to overwhelm me, but I'm genuinely glad to hear it. Yeah, that is the last part of the Tree of Life, but that would mean Angela would need her own floor, I guess. Let me play Angela. Let me be Angela. Let me in. Let me in. Put Angela in the bag. Yeah, I'm excited to see this in actual, like, practice on Jebra's floor. I'm excited to see ego pages as an option of things that we can use, and looking forward to seeing what we can do with the with the added bonus of not only Necro's new build but Wolgafer's new build in the areas where we were struggling before. Yeah, genuinely excited to see how that goes moving forward. But today, that's going to be it for today. I'm going to end stream just a teensy bit early, just because this is like those were endurance fights. I'm sweaty. Like that happened. I'm sweaty now. That was a long series of fights, but we did it. Realized Tippereth and Jebra's floor, and we did Jebra's on the first try. Tippereth we had to take a couple of cracks at it because of some mechanics that I had never seen before. It's the downside of speed running the fight, but yeah, we did the thing. We played the video game and we did the thing. This week is going to be a bit wonky with my streaming schedule, and that's because I'm going to Osaka on Thursday. So I won't be here for stream on Thursday. My partner and I are going to go get lunch before she takes me to the bus station. While I'm in Osaka, I don't think I'm going to stream. I'll be there until Monday, and I'll be coming back home on Monday, I think. So I should be here for next Tuesday's stream. That would be next Monday night stream if you're in the North America. You won't be streaming on Thursday, Drats. But if you're in the Discord, which you should be, if you're in the Discord, you'll probably see me in voice. Come hang out. Come say hi. Come play games. We play games. We love games. We love hanging out. I love you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out. Genuinely delighted to make some progress. That Nihil fight had me so tilted last week. I can't even tell you. But have an awesome night or day wherever you happen to be in the world, and I will see you next time. Okay? Toodles. The tutorial boss. Get the fuck out of here. I'll see you later, boo-boos.